Salt Lake Bees baseball is on the air.
Yes, this is my squad.
It's time to get you ready for another day at the ballpark with the On Deck Circle.
What do we have on deck?
Fire it up
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Show.
Good evening. Welcome to the On Deck Circle. Tonight, the Salt Lake Bees continue this 6-game series against the Round Rock Express as we get you ready for game number 2. Tony Parks with you live from Dell Diamond. Parker Long back at our Zone Sports studios. And after the Bees wrapped up an amazing homestand, they picked up right where they left off during this road trip with a 7-1 victory. George Clausen, his first win at the AAA level, allowing just a run through 5, and the Bees pitching staff all together put together a terrific performance, holding the Express to just 3 hits. They were hitless from the 2nd through the 7th. 2 scoreless innings from Najir Victor. Joey LaCasey was unbothered by a 2-out hit in the 8th. Justin Dunn allowed the leadoff man on, but kept it quiet with a scoreless 9th. And the Bees pitching for Salt Lake has continued to mow teams down. They struck out 10 last night, and while they did walk 7, they made the biggest pitches to stay out of any kind of trouble. Offensively, this was one of those outstanding games from a number of individuals. Christian Moore barely missed hitting for the cycle as his 8th inning laser hit the top of the wall, still reached base all 5 times, 3 extra base hits. Trey Mancini continues to swing a hot bat. He put together a 4-hit night, including a 2-run double. Yolmer Sanchez reached 3 times. Once again, the Bees punched hard with a big inning as they put up a 5 spot in the 3rd. Oddly, the Bees were not good with runners in scoring position. They were just 3 for 21, but a ton of traffic and a healthy offensive night overall with the Sticks. The last time the Bees tossed a 9-inning 3-hitter, that was all the way back on August 31st, 2025, and it was right here at Dell Diamond against Round Rock. The starting pitcher that day was Brett Carey, and he gets the start tonight for the Bees. Carey has started to find a groove. He's allowed 2 or fewer runs against the Round Rock Express throughout his entire career, but also he has allowed 2 or fewer runs in each of his last 3 starts. And that also includes his first quality start of the year against Tacoma, 2 earned through 6 1/3. Carey, 2-3 overall on the year with an ERA of 6.31. He's been exceptional in this stadium, 2-0, 3 quality starts, and an ERA of 3.68, punched out 18. He has walked only 3. Carey faces David Davalillo. He joined Round Rock back on the 13th, and after being roughed up by the River Cats, who got him with 6 runs and 4 1/3, he settled in very nicely there against El Paso. 5 innings of work, 2 earned runs, struck out 4, and allowed 5 hits in what was a no decision. So Davalillo, 0-1.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information and restrictions, visit hims.com.
How much are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness worth to you? This is the question America's founders had to answer. For more than 150 years, America's 13 colonies governed themselves until Britain declared they had no right to self-rule. So ordinary people had to make extraordinary choices and risk their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to fight for independence. And against all odds, they won. And in victory, they built one of the most stable and lasting republics in history. Now, experience the American Revolution like never before, thanks to our friends at Hillsdale College. Revolutionary America, a new documentary from Hillsdale Studios and narrated by Tom Selleck, brings the founding of our nation to life through the voices of those who lived it, alongside insights from leading scholars and commentators. At a time when history is often distorted, this is your chance to see the story as it truly happened and ask yourself, what would you risk for freedom? Face the decisions our founders grappled with in Revolutionary America, a Hillsdale Studios film. Only in theaters May 31st to June 2nd. Get your tickets now by going to hillsdale.edu/revolution.
There he is, Mr. Big Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM, yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bank guide for details. Capital One and name member FDIC.
Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size.
Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/
the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome on back to the On Deck Circle as the Salt Lake Bees get ready for Game 2 against the Round Rock Express. Justin Dunn with us here. Justin, I know it's been an incredible journey to get to this point. You're a guy that's always stayed so poised, so calm, so level. What has been behind it and through your experiences that has allowed you to have this about your game?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I grew up in a house where my mother's a reverend, so faith is pretty important in my family. So first pillar is my faith and knowing that if what's meant for me is meant for me, what's not is what's not. So giving it all to God, and I'm just so thankful that I have an ability to keep going to baseball at the end of the day. What have you been most pleased with in the past few outings there as you've progressed throughout the season? Yeah, I think starting to see myself again. Even last year, it was nice to be healthy, but even coming out of games and it's a year off surgery and not knowing if the arm is still good. And this year, it feels like my mind is more on execution and competition, and the stuff's starting to come back to where I was before I got hurt. So just focus on winning games, being where my feet are, having fun here, and trying to throw up zeros for the guys. Was there a moment or an outing or a pitch you threw where you went, there it is? This is all of it coming back together at one? No, I think it's glimpses of it, right? Like it started in the off season, and again, I was on the couch for a while, so I had a lot of time to work on me without worrying about results. And then getting here, and I was still kind of in the process mode, and credit to Shane and Hawk and their work ethic and working with all of us. But Shane kind of sat me down and was like, look, we're going to back off a little bit because I'm a guy that runs hot, and work on repeating my delivery, and that's when I repeat my delivery, I'm good. So been doing a lot of work and just trying to stay consistent with that. And there's a great collection now of relievers who, more times than not, you guys have been out there doing the assignment, doing the job, being able to minimize damage, and all of a sudden it's led to this rash of wins. How do you explain kind of the camaraderie and the connection that group has had as a pitching staff as a whole? And then as you mentioned, Coach Hawk and Shane Lukes. Yeah, I just think it's a group of grown men. Shane said it a couple days ago, and whenever we get the ball, we know what our job is, and that's to throw zeros up, keep the game close. We have an amazing lineup. We can score runs with the best of them. So if we can keep the game where it is and give them a chance to get going, we're going to have a pretty good chance to win a game. One of my favorite things talking about pitching is talking about catching. Yeah. And the sort of chemistry, trust, everything that needs to be right on point. Yeah. A lot of these catchers take a deep amount of pride in being an extension of the staff and being everything that they need for the pitchers out there. What has that been like, working with Hump, working with Sebastian Rivero, working with guys that are currently here and guys that have been up at the next level? From O to Hump to now Winnie, like they take pride in it. It's cool for me because they each have a different style of calling the game. Mm-hmm. So I like to pick their brain and understand what they're trying to see, because two heads against one is going to win most times out of not. So, and they take pride in their pitch calling. They're very open. They like to talk, and we learn from each outing and try to keep building. So
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first-ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
How much are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness worth to you? This is the question America's founders had to answer. For more than 150 years, America's 13 colonies governed themselves until Britain declared they had no right to self-rule. So ordinary people had to make extraordinary choices and risk their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to fight for independence. And against all odds, they won. And in victory, they built one of the most stable and lasting republics in history. Now, experience the American Revolution like never before, thanks to our friends at Hillsdale College. Revolutionary America, a new documentary from Hillsdale Studios and narrated by Tom Selleck, brings the founding of our nation to life through the voices of those who lived it, alongside insights from leading scholars and commentators. At a time when history is often distorted, this is your chance to see the story as it truly happened and ask yourself, what would you risk for freedom? Face the decisions our founders grappled with in Revolutionary America, a Hillsdale Studios film. Only in theaters May 31st to June 2nd. Get your tickets now by going to hillsdale.edu/revolution.
The most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Welcome on back to Dell Diamond. Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. Blaring through the speakers. We're ready for game number 2 tonight. Time for the starting lineups. Beginning with the Salt Lake Bees, AAA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels, managed by Doug Davis. Salt Lake now 26-25 on the year. Nelson Rada leads it off in left field. Josh Lowe will hit second and center. It's Denzer Guzman batting third, playing third. Cleaning it up, the first baseman Trey Mancini. Jeimer Candelario, welcome back. He's the DH. The catcher is Omar Martinez. He's batting sixth. Bryce Teodosio in right field batting seventh. Yolmer Sanchez hitting eighth at short. And at second base, Arol Vera. He is batting ninth. On the mound for the Bees, Brett Carey, 2-3 so far on the season, an ERA of 6.31. Now the starting lineup for the Round Rock Express, the AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers, managed by Kyle Moore. They are 20-32 on the season. Cam Colley is going to lead it off in center field. Cody Freeman bats second. He's the DH. Aaron Zavala, left fielder, will bat third. Second baseman Diego Castillo is cleaning it up. Jonah Bride is batting fifth at third. At first base, Nick Prado. He's batting sixth. Dairon Blanco, right fielder, hitting seventh. Batting eighth, the shortstop Richie Martin. And the catcher Cooper Johnson is batting ninth. On the mound today, taking a hop and a skip over the third base line, on his way to the bump, is the pitcher David Davalillo, a right-hander, 0-1 so far on the season, with an ERA of 7.71. So it is the Round Rock Express heading out to their positions on the field. They're in their home white uniforms to go with the blue caps. The Salt Lake Bees decked out in their road grays from the jersey to the pants, and a black hat on top of that as well. Right now, we take a moment for tonight's performance of the national anthem.
At this time, we welcome the John B. Connolly High School Army JROTC Cadets to present today's colors. We kindly ask that all fans remain standing after the conclusion of today's anthem until the colors are exits the field.
Right now at this moment, and the color guard making their way from the left side of foul ground. And they'll station between home plate and the mound with the Texas flag flying high, the United States flag out there as well. And a beautiful night here in Round Rock, Texas. There is our national anthem. When we come back, we'll have pitch number 1 for game number 2. It's the Bees at the Express on the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
How much are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness worth to you? This is the question America's founders had to answer. For more than 150 years, America's 13 colonies governed themselves until Britain declared they had no right to self-rule. So ordinary people had to make extraordinary choices and risk their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to fight for independence. And against all odds, they won. And in victory, they built one of the most stable and lasting republics in history. Now, experience the American Revolution like never before, thanks to our friends at Hillsdale College. Revolutionary America, a new documentary from Hillsdale Studios and narrated by Tom Selleck, brings the founding of our nation to life through the voices of those who lived it, alongside insights from leading scholars and commentators. At a time when history is often distorted, this is your chance to see the story as it truly happened and ask yourself, what would you risk for freedom? Face the decisions our founders grappled with in Revolutionary America, a Hillsdale Studios film. Only in theaters May 31st to June 2nd. Get your tickets now by going to hillsdale.edu/revolution.
Diagnosis. Looking for one thing. Hope. Learn more at uofuhealth.org.
The lineups are set, and we're ready for another edition of Bees Baseball. The first pitch is just moments away. This is Salt Lake Bees Baseball on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Salt Lake Bees Baseball is on the air from deep in the heart of Texas. This is Game 2 between the Salt Lake Bees and the Round Rock Express. Tony Parks with you from Dell Diamond. It is Parker Long back in our Zone Sports studios, and we're ready to rock. The Bees have won 5 in a row, 10 of their last 13. They come into tonight's game still 4.5 back from the top spot in the PCL standings as we're moving towards the final 4 weeks of this first half. David Davalillo is out there on the mound. The right-hander rocks and fires to the plate. Johnson, the catcher, signaling they're going to throw the next one down. Davalillo, who battles up against the Bees, his 3rd start so far on the season for Round Rock. 6'1" righty from Venezuela. Davalillo had a tough one against Sacramento, then gave up 2 earned through 5 against El Paso. Round Rock had won 4 out of 6 against the Chihuahuas. The Bees came in here and kept this place quiet in a 7-1 win. Nelson Rada is going to lead this one off. And when Rada bats in the number 1 spot of the order, the Bees are 12-6. It's the Bees, it's the Express. It's a Wednesday night. We're at the ballpark, and there's no place I'd rather be. First pitch, fouled back from Rada, 6:48. It is warm, not hot. 77 degrees, beautiful day, and it is very humid. You can just feel that glaze of sweat off the face and off your arms here today. Comes the 0-1 to Rada, and he takes outside a ball and a strike. In at third is Bride. It's kind of edge of the grass, and Nelson Rada is one of those hitters that if you fall asleep at the wheel over there at third base, or if you're not quite paying close enough attention, he'll drop one down and get on. Rada started after it, takes outside, and the count is 2-1. Rada 0 for 3 last night with a walk. 239 hitter, 5 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 14 runs batted in. Had a cold stretch there for a moment, started to pick back up, 2-1. Rounds it, foul, a worm burner off the facing of the Bees dugout first base side. And the count's 2-2. The Salt Lake Bees, a very important 6-game series here. As throughout the PCL standings, the top 5 teams in the league, all with matchups against one of the bottom 5 teams in the league. And last night, all 5 teams in the top were victorious in the opener of their series. Rada uses his timeout, now taps the plate, reaches the bat back ready. The righty, Davalillo, kicks and fires the 2-2. It's away, and the count's at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rada, who had a 4-hit performance the first time he ever played in this ballpark. It sparked a series victory for the Bees. They won that opener then. They've had great success at this place ever since. Davalillo, the 3-2. Rada takes outside, ball 4, leadoff man aboard. That was a theme for the Salt Lake Bees last night. In 7 of the first 8 innings, the leadoff man was on. And they just continued to threaten and pressure Round Rock and their staff. They foul pitches off. They don't give in. And when you walk them, that's a problem. And when you pitch a mistake, they barrel it up. And that was the case last night from a number of guys. Josh Lowe, multi-hit game in his debut in a Bees uniform Sunday. First pitch, a strike on the move. Rada throw down to second. Head first slide. Save. Nelson Rada, 13 for 14 now, stealing bases. He is 5th in the league. And ever since he joined the Bees last year, late July, right there at the beginning of August, nobody has more stolen bases than Nelson Rada in the Pacific Coast League. So Rada gets on. Now he gets over. Lowe is going to try to bring him in. Rada creeping out to his lead at second. Not a huge lead at the moment. The infield shifted right. The pitch. And Lowe takes down. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bees did a number of things well last night. One thing they did not do all that well offensively, hit with runners in scoring position. They were just 3 for 21. But Alonzo Powell, hitting coach of the Bees, talked to with them today as this is fouled back. And it's 1-2. He said, well, the one thing you're happy about is that you continue to put runners in scoring position. We had 21 ABs with somebody at second and or third base. And he said, you know, the really good teams, that's what they do consistently. The Bees still had a great night on offense overall. No score early on. Top 1. The 1-2 is softly lined on a short hop over to the shortstop, Martin. He comes on to get it, throws to first in time. And going second to third was Nelson Rada. A strange-looking hit as Lowe, just almost like a golfer who was chipping. You know, when you're up against the green, you're not quite on the fringe, and you just kind of reach out the club and chip the ball away. That's what it looked like coming off of his bat. That was an odd-looking, low, soft liner. But it gets him over. So Rada's at third. Here's Denzer Guzman. Right-hand batter ready. The pitch. Denzer smokes it high in the air. Left center field certainly got under it. Coming in is the left fielder Zavala with the catch. Rada bluffs from third. High throw to the plate. Backing up to get it, the catcher Johnson. And we'll hold Rada at third. 2 out. Rada holds. It'll bring up Trey Mancini. Christian Moore not in the lineup tonight. What a great stretch of play for him. A season-high 4 hits last night with 2 doubles and a triple. He almost hit for the cycle. That ball, his last swing, he put it off the top of the wall there in right field on a line drive. That would have been his first cycle since he hit one in the College World Series. Trey Mancini, a 4-hit night last night. First pitch. Popped him up. Left side foul ground, giving chase to catcher Johnson. Davalillo, the pitcher, goes after it. And they'll hold up as this drops into the seats. And the count is 0-1. Trey Mancini last night, that was a 4-hit game for the first time since May 19, 2021, while he was with Baltimore. Does that match that number? Rada walking to a lead at third. 2 out. We're in the top of the first inning. Here comes the 0-1. That's popped up right side foul ground, giving chase to catcher Johnson, first baseman Prado. They run to the edge of the dugout, and that drops in the 5th row. The fans weren't ready. I think that fan over there got domed by it. Didn't even look for it. You know, last night we had 2 great plays by a couple kiddos on the left side, but this first base side, early on, with an error. I mean, it was a no-doubt error from the fan in the 5th row. 0-2 the count, no score. Top of the first. Davalillo from the stretch, kicks and deals. Mancini started after it, left it outside. A good-sized lead at third by Nelson Rada as Bride, the third baseman, playing back by the edge of the grass. Rada got on with a walk, moved over to second on a stolen base, was grounded over to third. 2 out. Here comes the 1-2 to Trey Mancini. Mancini, check swing downstairs. Did he go? No. Everybody was trying to encourage the out call down there from the first base umpire. It's Alex Shears. Tom O'Neill calls the balls and strikes. Darius Connie is over there at third base. 2-2 the count, no score, 2 down. Top of the first. The pitch. Mancini pops it up off the handle, right side foul ground, giving chase. Johnson again. Well, Johnson has been running all over the place as that drops down in the 7th row, and those fans weren't running. Setting the defensive alignment tonight for Round Rock, Zavala is in left, Cauley in center, Blanco in right, Bryant in the hot corner with Martin at short, Castillo at second, Prado at first. Johnson behind the dish. David Davalillo on the mound, trying to get out of this first inning with a bagel on the board. Here comes the 2-2 to Trey Mancini, long hold. And the pitch fouls it off of himself, and it rolls up the third base side into fair territory. Mancini's okay. So that pitch was running in on him, and he got it off the bat and then just fouled it off of his leg. He waves towards Koki Ikeda, the trainer of the Bees, to let him know there's no need to come out. Mancini, his last 10 games, hitting .333, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. It's been amazing early in games this year. Takes low when the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the first 3 innings, Trey Mancini hitting .486. While he's only batting .186 with runners in scoring position, the recent handful of games have been a different story. He's been excellent with ducks on the pond. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Mancini takes outside, ball 4. Great battle, Trey Mancini. Especially if the Bees are able to cash in with 1 or more runs in this inning. Remember that battle as Mancini was behind in the count, fouled off pitch after pitch after pitch before eventually getting on base. That was outstanding work and great takes along the way. Well, welcome back, Jeimer Candelario. Spent some time on the IL after he had a really hard swing and then all of a sudden looked down at his finger and realized something wasn't right. Comes the first pitch. Candelario takes inside, ball 1. And so while he injured his finger, now he's back out there. Looks great during batting practice, especially hitting the other way. He has great power to left center field, batting from the left side. The pitch. Candelario takes down and in. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. Game 1 was the 3rd straight game the Bees have posted a double-digit hit total, tallying at least 11 hits in each of the last 3 games. And Candelario smashes one high and deep to right, going back Blanco at the track and the wall. It's gone! A rainbow onto the right field berm. Welcome back, Jeimer Candelario. And a crooked number on the board here in the first. Bees lead 3-0. You were wondering what it would be like to have Candelario back in the lineup. He affects so many things in a positive way as he sits in the number 5 spot tonight. And Candelario, first chance he got to put a bat on a ball, he got a good hold of it. That ball hung up for a long time. Blanco was going back, ran out of room, and it just did get out of here. 3-0 Salt Lake. Here's Martinez, swinging a miss, 0-1. And for Candelario, his 4th home run of the season. And just so happy for a guy who was working to get back out there as Martinez takes a strike. 0-2. No wind, really, tonight. Last night it was blowing hard left to right, then right to left, then straight out. You never knew what was going to happen, especially with the rain being an issue in last night's game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Martinez fouls it in and out of the glove of the catcher, Johnson. And while we talk about the Candelario 3-run homer, what cannot be forgotten is how Trey Mancini, with Rana over there at third base and 2 out, was down 0-2 in the count. Fouled off pitch after pitch after pitch to stay alive and draw a walk. 0-2. Martinez foul tips it into the glove, strike 3, and the inning.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So
let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
No middleman, no out-of-state delays, just factory direct quality, custom made for your home. Imagine a quieter home, a warmer home, a cooler home. Our high-efficiency vinyl windows are engineered to lower your energy bills and boost your comfort all year round. And installation is done by our own certified in-house crews, never subcontractors. That's why Utah homeowners give us 5-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of our anniversary sale. For a limited time, get $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. For 40 years, Advanced Window Products has been the name Utah trusts for custom replacement windows and sliding glass doors. Advanced Window Products, built here, installed here, trusted here. Call 801-850-9100 for that $2,500 off, or visit us at advancedwindows.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
Every 65 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease. Many don't even know it.
I was lucky. We caught this at the very earliest stages. Pieces of my past are being erased.
Bright Focus Foundation's Alzheimer's Disease Research Program has invested more than $175 million in breakthrough research. Call us at 1-855-345-6237 or visit us online at brightfocus.org/brainhealth to learn more.
97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Bottom of the first inning, 3-0 Salt Lake. Brent Carey on the mound for the Bees. First pitch to Cam Colley is just outside for a ball, 1-0. And for Brent Carey, he has been great against the Express in his career. 2-0 with an ERA of 3.68. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 22 innings of work. He's punched out 18 Round Rock hitters, and he has walked only 3. Carey puts the glove in front of his face, turns, and the right-hander fires, and it's popped up right side behind home plate and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Cam Colley 0 for 4 last night with a walk. Struck out twice. 8th in the PCL in walks, that being Cam Colley. However, he has struck out the 9th highest number of times. A lot of walks, a lot of Ks. Batting .318 over his last 10 games. Pops it up behind home plate again. That'll go out of play. And the count's 2-2. Well, last night, the Bees pitching put together a 3-hitter. The last time they did that was back on August 31st, and it was right here against the Express. And the starting pitcher on that Sunday afternoon was Brent Carey. He went 6, he allowed 2. 2-2 downstairs. And the count is at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carey got the win. The Bees got the win. The Bees also clinched that series. That was a big series win for Salt Lake. Round Rock was hotter than any team in the PCL at that time. 3-2. Colley flies it to center field. Drifting back a bit is Lowe. Tracks it all the way, turns around on a back pedal, and will make the head-high catch for out number 1. Defensive alignment for the Salt Lake Bees. Rada in left, Lowe in center, Teodosio in right, Guzman in the hot corner with Sanchez at short. Vera is at second, Mancini at first. Omar Martinez, the catcher tonight, and it's Brent Carey on the mound. Cody Freeman 0 for 3 last night in his return to the Round Rock Express. Did reach with the walk, and as I mentioned, the Bees, their pitching staff had a great night as Freeman pops it up left of home plate behind the dish and running over towards the warning track is Omar Martinez, but it drops in the 10th row. And it's 0-1. Freeman against Brent Carey, 1 for 2 with a home run. And as I mentioned, one issue the pitching staff had last night, the only thing they didn't do all that well was that they did walk 7 hitters. And a line drive right to the third baseman, Guzman. He stabs it as he reaches over to his right to nab it. 2 down. Here in the bottom of the first, 3-0 Salt Lake. And it brings up Aaron Zavala. Zavala 0 for 3 last night with a walk. And even though the Bees walked a number of hitters throughout the evening and worked their way out of any kind of trouble, they stayed out of any big trouble throughout the course of the night, with the exception of the first inning. Zavala takes for ball one, a little bit high. On the outside part of the plate, Zavala, 13 doubles and triple 3 home runs, batting .259. He has been so much better on the road than at home. Zavala takes high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Zavala hitting just .194 in this ballpark this year. He's batting .316 away from Dell Diamond. 2-0 pitch, line to right field, ranging over Teodosio. He has to play it on a couple hops. And a 2-out single for Aaron Zavala. So Zavala, the first base runner of the game here for the Round Rock Express. And here comes Diego Castillo. Castillo, responsible for driving in the only run of the game last night for the Express. He was 1 for 3 with that RBI single in the first. Not only did the Bees hold the Express to just 3 hits last night, Round Rock was hitless from the 2nd through the 7th. First pitch at the knees, a strike, 0-1. Not only was it great work from George Clausen, who picked up his first ever AAA win, but 2 scoreless innings from Najir Victor, Lucchesi, a scoreless 8th, and then Justin Dunn, after allowing the leadoff man to get aboard, retired the next 3, swing and a miss, 0-2. Brett Carey goes with a fastball, slider, change, curve, cutter, and the sweeper. Although used his fastball and changeup a heavy amount in his last outing. He pitched very well against Tacoma. It was a much-needed performance.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. Assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The narrative. And establish the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Yeah.
On to the second inning, bottom of the order. Bryce Teodosio, Yolmer Sanchez, and Arlo Vera. The 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Salt Lake Bees. Teodosio 1 for 5 last night with the run batted in. The Bees put him at 3 spot in the first thanks to a Jamer Candelario 3-run homer. Make sure to join us Tuesday night at the ballpark at America First Square. It is family night. Get 4 tickets for $40. Brought to you by Holmes Homes. David Davalillo out there for his second inning of work. Teodosio, right-hand batter, ready, and grounds it hard down the third base line. Just foul. Hands up by third base umpire Darius Connie, and a finger gun to foul territory. In at third is Bride, although not quite to the grass. Teodosio joined the Bees during that previous homestand. Had some really big moments, especially as a base runner. Also with the bat, 0-1. And Teodosio flies it high in the air, left center, not deep. Ranging over Zavala, the left fielder. Cauley, the center fielder, with the call and the catch. Will make the catch for out number 1. Yolmer Sanchez reached base 3 times last night. He did not have a hit, but he had a great impact on the ball game. So the Bees won last night 7-1. They're up 3-0 already in game number 2. in the top of the second with one out. Sanchez, he has just been exceptional. An on-base percentage of .538 in his last 10 games. Switch hitter, left-hand side. Takes up and away for a ball. The righty, David Davalillo, who had an issue with walking two hitters back in the first inning. That's what got him into some trouble before the Candelario home run. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Sanchez ready. Sanchez check swing, pitch inside. Did he go? No. And the count's 2-0. Yolmer Sanchez batted .217 in March and April earlier this year. In the month of May, he has batted .375. It's made a huge difference for the Bees overall as a team. Sanchez takes at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. When ahead in the count, he's batting .375. When behind in the count, he's batting .207. Most importantly, at any time of the game, he's capable of breaking out. 2-1 pitch, fouled back behind no plate to the left. The count's at 2-2. I told the story on how he's been using the bat of Nico Cavadas. That has really been the turnaround. I still can't believe it, but that bat that he has right now, as he's standing in the left-hand batter's box, is the one he used from late April. It's the 2-2 pitch, and Sanchez bounces it back to Davalillo, jumps up a step and catches it, throws to first in time. 2 down. It was hit hard, and Davalillo just had to climb one step up the ladder to nab that before it went over his head. If it did go over his head, the shortstop Martin was waiting right there, and it was likely that Sanchez would be retired. So quickly 2 up, 2 down, 3-0 Salt Lake. Here's Arol Vera, who did not play in yesterday's game. 1 for 4 in his time with the Bees. Vera swings and misses, and the count's 0-1. That one hit that Vera had, a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 9th inning back on Saturday. He would eventually score. The Bees would come back to tie the game. They would win it in extras. 0-1. Fly ball down the left field line. That's going to slice out of play. But it's been special to watch, you know, from newcomers to young players, longtime veterans, guys that have been with the Bees in the last 3 years. Watching them collectively come together and help this team be successful during this month as the pitch is outside. 1-2. Salt Lake now over 500 for the first time since early April. They have won 10 of their last 13. Comes the 1-2 from David Davalillo outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes, but it's the way they're winning. Starting pitching has been more reliable. The bullpen has not had the wheels fall off nearly as often. On top of that, she's been timely hitting, clutch moments. 2-2 pitch is just down. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But a guy like Vera with that triple right there,
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Life doesn't wait. The kids outgrow the old couch. The fridge stops working. And sometimes you just want to treat yourself to a bigger TV. That's where Aaron's comes in. Shop thousands of products from top brands in furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Find what you love, take it home, pay over time, and once you're done, it's yours. Because getting what you need for your home should feel easy. Shop Aaron's.com or visit your local Aaron's store today. Approval not guaranteed. Restrictions apply. See stores for details.
Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap. And the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Bottom of the second inning, Bees lead 3-0. Hey, Wednesday nights are great at the ballpark in America First Square because the Salt Lake Bees become the Utah Dirty Sodas. Get your tickets at slbees.com and join us for $3 Swig drinks. Get great photos and opportunities with Swiggy, the new mascot. On top of that, all the great fan festivities taking place. All the great gear at the Bees team store, from jerseys, hats, t-shirts, and more. The Utah Dirty Sodas, the new alternate identity of the Salt Lake Bees. Jonah Bride leads off the inning, takes outside for a ball. Brett Carey allowed a 2-out single in the first, and that was it. As the Bees lead 3-0, Jonah Bride, 15-game on-base streak. So he had one of his team's 3 hits last night. Pitch on the outside corner, a strike. And it's 1-1. Bride with a hit in 11 of his last 13 games. It's been so reliable, really, for a long time, as Bride takes low, 2 balls and a strike since 2018. He has an on-base percentage of .403. That is 8th among all minor leaguers. 2-1 pitch. Bride smokes it high and deep to left. Going back is Rada at the track, looks up, and that ball is onto the berm. A solo blast for Jonah Bride. He's put Round Rock on the board. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the second. Well, much needed for this offense last night. I mean, after that first run that they put up in the first inning, I mean, they were dead silent the rest of the evening. This crowd was almost late to react to what just happened. It was almost confusing there for a bit, as off the bat, you knew he got a good piece of it. You knew it might be a problem. The ball just kind of kept on going. And the fans, it was almost like they didn't believe this ball was going to get out until they saw it on the berm. They got out by a ways. Prado takes a called strike, 0-1. For Bride, his 5th home run of the year. He now has 32 runs batted in. Nick Prado did not play in last night's game. Left-hand batter fouls that down the left side. And the count is now at 0-2. No, Brett Carey mentioned how well he pitched. The last time he was here, he had 2 games that he pitched exceptionally well. The pitch is low. He's had 3 starts against the Express in his career. All 3 have been quality starts. In the series opener last August, he owned that series, that game 1, I should say, allowing 2 earned through his 7 innings of work, and then all of a sudden in the finale, allowed 2 through 6 innings. 1-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Strike 3. Tag applied by Martinez. 1 out. 3-1 Salt Lake. Bottom of the second. And here's Dairon Blanco. Dairon Blanco, who spent most of last year with Omaha, although started the year on the IL with an Achilles issue. So far this season, batting .241 with Round Rock, 4 doubles, 6 runs batted in. But Brett Carey, rocks and fires the first pitch, fouled back, 0-1. Carey quietly 8th in the PCL in strikeouts. He has also allowed the 2nd highest number of hits. He is simply going to attack with confidence. Shane Lukes, the pitching coach of the Bees, talks a lot about his fearlessness. So the next pitch is away. 1 ball and 1 strike. He said, you know, a guy like Carey may not have a fastball of Caden Dana, may not have the lethal changeup of a George Clausen or a cutter of a Sam Aldeguerri. The pitch. Blanco takes at the knees, a strike, 1-2. He said, most importantly, Carey, no matter what the situation, has the confidence to throw the ball over the plate. And trust his defense, trust his game plan. 1-2. And it's just inside, around the top of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And throughout Carey's time with the Bees, I've been a part of watching it the last 3 years, a mixed bag of results. I've watched him go 9 up, 9 down to start the game, and then 9 runs scored over the next 3 innings as that's popped up down the right side and out of play. Count stays 2-2. I mentioned his outings here last year against Round Rock. He had a terrific finish to the month of August. His last 5 games, he picked up 3 wins, 3 quality starts in a row, an ERA of 3.10. That's cut on a miss. Strike 3 around the top of the zone. 3rd strikeout of the night so far for Brett Carey. 2 out, nobody on. 3-1Bs. Here's Richie Martin. But for Brett Carey, I've usually mentioned when the Bees had the best record during a huge stretch in the second half of last year. And I usually point out the Guzman-Rada addition to all of that. However, the starting pitching and their consistency played a massive role in that. Brett Carey was a key part of it. As the pitch is high, 1-0. As the team led the league in quality starts overall last year. But it was that stretch of games that was glaring, and it was the series here that really popped. Martin takes outside, 2-0. He did not play in last night's game, being Richie Martin. Struggling over his last 10 games, batting just 188 with a home run. Hitting .231 so far this season with Round Rock. And he has a crack bat, little floater, left field. Rada stretching in and lunges to make the catch at the end to retire the side. Great break there by Rada. It looked off the bat like...
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parrish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
You're almost out of your medication right as you're heading out the door. With Express Scripts Pharmacy Home Delivery, your maintenance meds arrive at your door with free shipping, plus automatic refills keep everything on track. Express Scripts Home Delivery. Set it and forget it. Visit expressscripts.com to get started today.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
Have long, meaningful lives.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Top of the third inning, 3-1 Salt Lake in game number 2 of this 6-game set. Nelson Rada led off the first with a walk, and he eventually scored. He comes to the plate to lead off this third, followed by Josh Lowe, Denzer Guzman against David Davalillo. Left-hander Rada in the box. Davalillo goes from the stretch, although nobody's on, and the first pitch is fouled off the bat of Rada, and then off of home plate umpire Tom O'Neill. Everybody's okay. We'll do it at 0-1. Special congratulations to Nick Madrigal, who was recently called up to the Halos. It was a huge weapon for the Bees in this first half. Pitch is down, counts 1-1. Boy, and for Nick Madrigal, it's great watching him methodically get better after missing about 20 months worth of time. Just game by game, series by series. It's the 1-1 pitch just upstairs over the heart of the plate. And the count's 2 balls and a strike. And you could see Madrigal coming back to being the player he knew he was capable of being. And towards the end of his time with the Bees, he put his power on display with a couple homers. And Rada rips it out to right center field and deep. Ranging towards the gap is Cauley. He'll close it down and make the catch. We're out number 1. That ball jumped off the bat of Rada, and Cauley got a great jump on it. Tracked it down well. 1 out in the top of the third, 3-1 Bees. Here's Josh Lowe, who grounded out to short back in the first inning. Well, what I loved about Nick Madrigal after watching him for so many years on the south side and the north side during his time with the White Sox and the Cubs, is Lowe takes just down. And it's 1-0. Good frame by the catcher, Johnson. But with Nick Madrigal, his mental processing of the game right on point. Situational awareness was always elite. Next pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Johnson. The count's 1-1. Madrigal just so patient with himself. Also giving himself a lot of grace, understanding his timing was going to take time. Lowe hammers one high and deep to right. Looking up is Blanco, and this ball is going to get out onto the right field berm. That ball hanging up for a long time before it dropped over there. And Josh Lowe has his first home run as a member of the Salt Lake Bees. And Salt Lake leads it 4-1 in the top of the third. That thing was a rainmaker. And right away, Blanco turned as if he knew that ball was going to get out. And the fans gathering around there on the right field berm seemed to hang on for a long time. Dropped down almost in the exact same spot as the home run of Jeimer Candelario. So Lowe with his first hit of this series, and it's a loud one. Denzer Guzman takes down and away. Guzman flied out to left field back in the first inning. 1 out, nobody on, 4-1 Salt Lake. Guzman swings and misses. 1-1. Denzer Guzman used to be really streaky. Now all of a sudden he's straightening it out to where he's just red hot all the time. Guzman takes low, 2 balls and a strike. And it used to be that he had a tough time playing well on the road. He started this season on the road, 3 for 22. Now he has a 10-game road hit streak. And he's batted .410 since. He's pitched down and away, 3 balls and a strike. Last night was his 5th straight multi-hit game. Not a 5-game hit streak, a 5-game multi-hit streak. That's how hot this guy is right now. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Guzman. Down and away, ball 4. He's aboard with 1 out. That is the third walk issued from David Davalillo. 4-1 Salt Lake, top of the third inning. Trey Mancini walked and scored back in the first. As right now, a meeting on the mound. The catcher Johnson out to talk with Davalillo. Same story with Dave Barkowski, the pitching coach of the Round Rock Express. And while you see the highlights, it'll show the Candelario 3-run homer. What it will not show you is Trey Mancini was down 0-2 in the count against Davalillo and had to foul off pitch after pitch after pitch, and then had excellent takes, would not give in. And Davalillo would eventually walk him. That kept the inning alive for Candelario to hit the 3-run homer. 4-1 Salt Lake. Guzman, 7 stolen bases on the year with his lead at first. Davalillo from the stretch will hold the pitch. Mancini fouls it back. 0-1. Trey Mancini, back-to-back multi-hit games. I talked about that before, but 5 straight games with a run batted in. It's been a great sign for him. Guzman with the lead at first. Big hole right side. Here comes the 0-1. On the move, Guzman. The pitch is high. Throw down to second. Low skipper. Tag is there. Save. 8th stolen base of the year for Denzer Guzman. He's now 8 for 11. It's incredible. The Bees now 6 stolen bases in this series already. In the first 8 games, they had 8 stolen bases total. They now have 49 since then. That in the PCL. So Rada stole a base in the first. Guzman on the move here in the third. Mancini takes outside. Didn't miss by much, but Davalillo's pitch was in the river. 2-1. Infield push to the left. Punching into his glove, the second baseman Castillo as he shades the bag. Mancini watches that pitch down and away. 3 balls and a strike. A 3-run homer from Candelario in the first. A solo blast from Josh Lowe in the third. Guzman the lead at second. He's up 4-1. Here comes the 3-1. Mancini takes a vicious cut. It comes up empty. And it's 3-2. Standing on deck, Jeimer Candelario. Davalillo with a hole just below the belt, trying to control his breathing. Big exhale, fires. Outside, ball 4, and Mancini battles once again to another walk. That is the fourth free pass issued by Davalillo. First and second, one out. And here comes Jeimer Candelario, who wasted no time at all. His first swing coming off the IL. And he blasted it out of here over the right field wall. Runners with their leads at first and second, one out. Candelario, left-hand batter's box ready. Davalillo will step off and they'll reset. The Bees have had this huge ability of putting up crooked numbers, especially in this recent stretch. They had a 5 spot last night. That was in the third. Candelario takes off speed and on the outside part of the plate. And the count's 0-1. Salt Lake now, in 19 different games, has an inning of 4 or more runs. As Candelario check swing, leaves it away. The count's 1 ball and 1 strike. So going back to last night, they had a 5 spot. So that's 19 different games. They've had an inning of 4 or more runs. They are 16-3 in those games. Candelario swings and misses 1 and 2. Boy, he was going for the right field berm again and just got underneath it. It wasn't a bad pitch to swing at. It was towards the top of the zone, over the inside part of the plate. Runners with their leads at first and second. Davalillo deals. Candelario gets underneath this one, pops it up. Infield fly rule, ranging to his left, the shortstop Martin, now by the outer rim, I should say, of the infield, makes the catch anyway for out number 2. So 2 out, 2 on. 4-1 Salt Lake. Top of the third. Here's Omar Martinez. Martinez struck out back in the first inning. The Bees with 1 in the bag here in this third inning after the Josh Lowe homer. Martinez looking for his first hit of the series. Takes for a ball, 1-0. Pitch down. And so far in this one, Davalillo just has not been able to be efficient. He has not been consistent with hitting spots. He's already tossed 62 pitches in this game, 33 for strikes. That one in the dirt, and it's 2-0, picked by the catcher Johnson. Runners are going to hold. Omar Martinez just 5 for 32 with runners in scoring position this year. All of his big swings have taken place while the Bees have been on the road, as he has 2 doubles, 4 home runs, all of them away from the ballpark at America First Square. Martinez taps the plate, reaches the bat back ready. Davalillo comes set from the belt. Rock steady. Here comes the 2-0. A check swing foul ball left side above the dugout of the Express, and it bounces back on to play. 2-1 the count, 4-1 the score. The Bees kept this place quiet last night. They're trying to keep it quiet again tonight. Martinez looking for a big 2-out hit. Comes the 2-1. Martinez fouls it straight back. Runners were on the move with contact. We'll do it with 2-2. Bryce Teodosio standing on deck. Walking to his lead at second, Guzman. Mancini at first. Now time has been called at home plate. No reset. Martinez uses his timeout. Now he's ready to go. Infield push to the right. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from David Davalillo to Omar Martinez. Off speed, outside corner, called strike.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
You never really know where your business will be 1 year or 5 years from now. What you do know is you need a system that can keep up now and later.
We purchased a lawn care company. We went from 5 clients to 80 clients overnight.
Whatever's next for your business, Jobber is built to grow with you.
It's a time saver. It's streamlined. It's all in one.
Trusted by the best in blue collar.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Bottom of the third, 9-1-2 hitters due up against Brett Carey, Cooper Johnson, Cam Cauley, Cody Freeman. Salt Lake leads 4-1 in Game 2 tonight. Make sure to join us when the Bees come back home Tuesday through Sunday next week. Get your tickets at slbees.com. A fireworks show on Saturday night, and kids get to run around the bases on Friday and Saturday. Find out more by going to slbees.com. Cooper Johnson, who did not play in last night's game, 0 for 3 all time against Carey, smashes one high and out to center field, ranging to his right and back is Lowe, and Lowe unable to get to it, as it's going to bounce off the wall. Scampering into second, Cooper Johnson has a leadoff double. Now Lowe was going back and to his right. Had a long way to go to try and get there. Took those long strides out there, was chasing it from behind. It wasn't quite able to get there in time. I'll say this, his angle on the ball was more directly to his right rather than going back on a 45. And so it landed more over the top of his head. So Johnson at second. Here's Cam Cauley, who takes a called strike. Cauley flied out to center back in the first inning. The Bees with a pair of home runs. A 3-run shot, Candelario, solo blast from Lowe. Jonah Bride, a solo homer for Round Rock in the second. Here comes the 0-1. And it's fly to center field. Coming on is Lowe, striding in and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Cody Freeman. He lined out to third back in the first inning. Cody Freeman was 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. A guy who the Express have been happy to have back. Round Rock struggling so badly in so many ways. They are dead last in the Pacific Coast League. But look at their roster. It does not represent most last place teams. They have Krim back on this roster. Cody Freeman is also a part of it now. Richie Martin, Cooper Johnson. There's a number of guys that they hope can help turn things around for this team after what has been a brutal start to the year. They were happy to get that series win last week. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Martinez. And the count's 1-0. Holding at second base, Cooper Johnson. And what a great combination of things happening last night for a few pitchers who've had some rough patches for the Bees. Clausen getting his first win ever at the AAA level. Most importantly, he was much improved. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. And for Clausen, his previous 4 starts were so rough, and then last night ends up giving up a run in the first inning, and you're wondering if he can straighten things out, and he did. As he held them hitless and scoreless the rest of the way. As the pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Now, still had an issue where he threw 7 straight balls to open up an inning, and it looked like the wheels were going to wobble, and then he tightened it up right away. Also had the benefit of a key call at first base. I forget who legged it out, but they were called out, and it should have been an infield single. 2-1. That's at the knees for a strike. Counts 3 balls and a strike now, or 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cody Freeman. Cooper Johnson out there at second. 4-1 Bees. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Game 2 of the 6-game set. The Bees a winner last night. Here comes the 2-2, and it's down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. For Salt Lake, they'll keep an eye after their games on the scoreboard to see if they can gain ground on the teams in front of them, including Albuquerque, and also you have Oklahoma City, Sacramento. The Bees hoping the bottom of the standings will help them in the front of the standings. Freeman, line drive, low skipper, nabbed by Vera, the second baseman, race to the bag, in time, he wins it. A double play. Vera caught that just before it hit the ground. On the move at second was Johnson.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
Life Alliance, thank you for helping protect wildlife around the globe. Without you, there's no them. Learn more at sdzwa.org/friend.
Thank you for being a friend.
Top of the fourth inning, Bees lead by the score of 4-1. The bottom of the order due up for Salt Lake: Bryce Teodosio, Yolmer Sanchez, and Aro Vera. Vera just had a terrific double play on a low line drive. He caught it just before it hit the ground, and then was able to double off Cooper Johnson at second base. Bryce Teodosio flied out to center field in the second. David Davalillo out there for his fourth inning of work, as Teodosio takes inside, ball one. The Bees have put a lot of pressure on Davalillo. He has already hit 67 pitches. Only 36 of them have been strikes. Hit at third is Bride. Pitch is cut on and missed. 1-1. The Bees have been great in this area, just constantly putting pressure on opposing pitchers. Salt Lake tonight just 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. This is after going 3 for 21 last night. And the Bees, in that previous homestand, they batted .392. There's a big reason why they won 5 out of 6. As Teodosio takes outside, the count's 2 balls and a strike. So while the Bees won 7-1 last night, you feel like it could have been much worse. They're up 4-1 tonight, and you feel like they could have put on, it was possible to put a bigger hurt on Round Rock in that third inning. Pitch at the knees for a strike. So they had first and second with 1 out. Candelario in the box, and he just got underneath one and popped it up. So Salt Lake up 4-1 here in the fourth inning. Teodosio with the 2-2 down and away. Counts 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right now, this roster, this lineup, everything together. Good mixture of power and speed. Some good versatility with switch hitters. And you just feel like throughout the course of a game, there's the 3-2 pitch from Davalillo. Teodosio grounds it foul through the third base coach's box. We'll do it again, 3-2. And it just feels like you shuffle the deck 9 times. With this offense, at some point they're going to have a big inning. Last night it was the third. Tonight they had a 3 spot in the first. But somewhere out of the 9, they're going to have a big inning. And it's possible they'll have more than one. Teodosio flies it high in the air, left center field. Coming to his right is Cauley. Cauley calling off the left fielder Zavala. They crisscross as Cauley makes the catch for out number 1. We'll bring up Yolmer Sanchez. He grounded out back to the pitcher Davalillo in the second inning. Well, the bottom of the order, while they're 0 for 4 tonight, they've had huge moments throughout the season, and especially during this stretch of winning. Yolmer Sanchez, I would say, has been the star of the 7, 8, 9 part of the order. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Nick Madrigal recently called up to the Halos. He was a big part of that. Now you have guys like Teodosio who are going to be in the 7-8-9. It's just an exciting time to be around this team right now. Sanchez batting for the left-hand side, takes up and in for a ball. Yolmer Sanchez is about 13 or 14 years old. Took a look at major league players and realized many of them were taller and bigger. The 1-1 line down the left field side. Chasing over is Zavala, and he can't get there. Has to play it on a bounce. Big turn at first from Sanchez. Good job by Zavala to cut it off and throw it into second. But it's a one-out single for Yolmer Sanchez. He's aboard now for Arol Vera. For Sanchez, it's amazing that's his first hit of the series, because he was on the base paths constantly last night. He reached 3 times with 2 walks, and he was hit by a pitch. But Sanchez told me, I realized most guys who play at the major league level, they're bigger, they're taller, and so I need to be even more versatile. Corners in with Vera in the box. Vera swings and misses. 0-1. But Sanchez said, he taught himself, really, worked with a lot of coaches to do whatever it takes to be good at batting from the left-hand side. As he just deposited that line drive into left field for a knock. He said it actually came along faster than he thought. The pitch on the inside corner, a strike, 0-2. 4-1 Bees, top of the 4th. As the E-Train makes its way behind the stadium. Train that will come by every now and again. Its horns blaring, bells ringing. Here comes the 0-2. Vera chips it foul to the right side. It rolls its way to the opening of the Bees dugout. Count stays at 0-2. Davalillo now. His next pitch will be pitch number 80 on the night. Sidestepping to his lead over there at first is Sanchez. Sanchez with 6 stolen bases on the year. Right arm dangling down. Davalillo, long hold. Comes the 0-2, and it's up. A ball and 2 strikes. Davalillo's body language as he kind of steps off of the mound in the front part after that pitch. You can see he's just not happy with himself. He has not been able to locate consistently. I don't know if it's a release point or what the issue is, but far too often he's been erratic. Vera swings and misses, strike 3. There's a big strikeout there from Davalillo. 2 out, runner at first, 4-1 Salt Lake. So while the strike zone, or the fastball, he had a tough time finding the strike zone. That sweeper was on the money, and he got Vera to swing over the top of it. Nelson Rada walked and scored back in the first. He flied out to center field in the 3rd inning. Left-hand batter set and ready. Sanchez at first. Rada takes over for a strike off speed on that first pitch from David Davalillo. Middle infielder's back, shifted right, corner infielder's in. Target up from the catcher, Johnson. Here comes the 0-1. No, first to throw over there, and diving with a head-first slide is Yolmer Sanchez. An emphatic save call from Alex Shears, the first base umpire. Prado did a really nice job reaching out and making the catch and tag on the foot of Sanchez. And Sanchez just did get his hand back in time. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Rada flares it out to shallow left. Long run, the shortstop Martin still going out.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parrish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
All across America, Spectrum Business is helping small businesses do more within their budget. Like in Rochester, we're at this computer coding class where fiber-powered internet keeps ideas flowing free forever. And in Austin, our fast, reliable internet lets this gym stream classes all day.
One more, let's go.
Free forever. Get Business Internet Advantage free forever when you get 4 mobile lines. Visit Spectrum.com/free for life to find out how. Spectrum Business. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Throughout the year,
Jacob O., grade 10.
Present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Salt Lake 4, Round Rock 1. As it'll be Aaron Zavala leading off this 4th, followed by Diego Castillo, Jonah Bride. 4th inning of work for Brett Carey. The first pitch misses low for ball 1. Well, a busy day in the bigs. Some games going on right now. Also, some games still yet to begin. We take our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard. As the pitch is away, 2 balls and no strikes. Zavala singled back in the first and was stranded. Carey faced the minimum 3 in the 3rd thanks to the solid double play by Vera. Swing and a miss, and the count's 2-1. Vera caught a low sinking line drive right off the ground and turned it into a 4 unassisted double plays. Cooper Johnson couldn't get back. Left-hand batter, Aaron Zavala stepping back in. Carey fires. That pitch is down and in. 3 balls and a strike. Well, the Phillies blanked the Padres today 3-0. Left-handed pitcher Christopher Sanchez picked up 7 brilliant innings. Extended his scoreless streak to 44 2/3. That 3-1 is on the outside corner for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so for Christopher Sanchez, he passes Hall of Famer Grover Cleveland Alexander for the Phillies franchise record. The Phillies swept the Padres in that series. That pitch foul tipped into the glove, strike 3. Nice comeback there from Brett Carey against Aaron Zavala. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4-1 Salt Lake, and it brings up Diego Castillo. Well, Castillo has had a great start to this year. But the last 10 games, he's really started to heat up, hitting .366, 12 runs batted in, 4 doubles, a home run, an on-base percentage of .447. First pitch just outside at the knees, 1-0. Arizona swept San Francisco with a 3-2 win today on the Bay. As the Snakes have now won 5 in a row and 10 of their last 11. A 1-0, that hits the corner. Called strike 1-1. Mariners still under 500, but they moved into first place today with a 9-1 win over the A's. They completed the sweep of the Athletics. 1-1. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rob Refsnyder and Julio Rodriguez each with 3-run homers. Logan Gilbert threw 6 shutout frames. How wild is the AL West been? As the Mariners have looked nothing like that team that was in Game 7 of the ALCS last year. Castillo ground ball down the first base side past the diving Mancini and into right field, a base hit. Well, Castillo just pokes that the other way. And the long arms of Mancini were lunging out, and that ball just did get by him. So 1 out single for Castillo. B's up 4-1. Here's Jonah Bride. He hit the solo homer back in the 2nd inning. As I mentioned, the Mariners certainly haven't looked like a first-place team. They don't have a record of most first-place teams, but they're happy to be in the AL West because being 28-29 means you're now in first. Jonah Bride takes the first pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Martinez, 1-0. Dusty May carried a no-hitter into the 8th today for the Cardinals, but they broke through in the 8th. They ended the no-hitter, they ended the shutout, and then they stole the game 2-1. And Milwaukee, don't look now, they've started to heat up. Winners in 15 of their last 19. 1-0 on the outside corner, a strike. And Brett Carey's done a nice job establishing pitching lanes tonight, especially off-speed away. He is located very well out there. Ian Martinez had a nice groove overall tonight. He's up 4-1. The 1-1 down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Gavin Williams settled down after a choppy start, pitched 7 solid innings. The Guardians beat the Nationals 3-2. They salvaged the finale of that 3-game series. The lead at first, Castillo. The lead in the game, the Bees, 4-1. Bride, check swing. Pitch was down. Did he go? He did not. And the count is now at 3 balls and a strike. Blue Jays got by the Marlins 2-1. Kazuma Okamoto with a tie-breaking home run in the 6th. Carey comes set from the chest. Big exhale. Deals just upstairs on the outside part of the plate. Ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. And for Brett Carey, that is the first walk issue so far tonight against the Express. I'll bring up Nick Pratto. Nick Pratto struck out back in the 2nd inning. Other games to get to. The Cubs are trying to snap that 11-game losing streak. They lead 10-4 at the Pirates right now. That game is in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Pratto. Top of the 8th inning, Orioles all over the Rays, 11-1. Carey, runners at first and second, 1 down. Kicks and deals. Pratto gets underneath it, pops it up, left side of the infield. Infield fly has been called. Sanchez, the shortstop, with the casual catch. At the front edge of the grass for out number 2. He just, walked up to it, just stuck his left wrist out, caught it into the glove. Because he knows if the ball falls, the batter runner is going to be out anyway. So Castillo at second, and Bride is at first. Tyron Blanco to the plate. He struck out in the 2nd inning. Blanco swings and fouls it off right there at home plate, 0-1. This pitch was in the dirt. Blanco just 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Last call for the Angels. They trail 4-0 at Detroit. They're in the top of the 9th. Carey deals.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Around 15, visit an oral and maxillofacial surgeon to have your child's wisdom teeth examined. Remember, milestones met, healthy teeth set. Visit milestonesmet.org.
Top of the 5th inning, Bees lead 4-1 against the Round Rock Express tonight. New pitcher is on now for the Express as they go to Josh Sborz. And Sborz comes on after 4 innings of work from David Davalillo. David's final line tonight as the Bees made him rack up the pitch count, 83 pitches, 80 and 48 of them strikes 4 complete innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 4, struck out 4. A 3-run homer from Jeimer Candelario in his first game back off the IL. And then a solo homer from Josh Lowe in the 3rd. That's why the Bees lead by the score of 4-1. Josh Lowe hit that home run in the 3rd. Is going to lead it off in the 5th. Right-hander Sborz comes set from the stretch, although nobody's on. Pumps a strike at the knees, 0-1. Josh Lowe had a multi-hit game in his Bees debut, and now here he is with his first home run in a Bees uniform. In at 3rd is Bride. Lowe is ready, and Lowe foul tips it into the glove, and the count's 0-2. Well, the bullpen of the Express had some great moments on that road trip. They were battling up against El Paso as the 0-2 is fouled back. Do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. And for Sborz, he's coming in with his team down by 3. And Round Rock still trying to find some answers on becoming a consistent team. They've had their offense go cold at times as the 0-2 down and in. A ball and 2 strikes. For a guy in Sborz, you know, he comes out of the pen. He spells his name S-B-O-R-Z. Always fun because when you see it, it makes you take a second glance. 1-2 the count, 4-1 the score. Here comes the pitch, and it's down and in. Counts at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Continue our out-of-town scoreboard here in just a moment. Two the count, nobody out. 4-1 Salt Lake, and Lowe puts it high in the air behind home plate. It's going to go out of play. Count will stay at 2-2. Sborz in his first appearance so far this year with Round Rock. He was with the Express last season, an ERA of 8.03 in 11 games. He's had 2 games with Frisco so far this season. Low line drive past the diving shortstop Martin and into left center field, a base hit. The shift was on, and Lowe hit it to a vacated spot. Leadoff single. Josh Lowe, his second hit of the night. Leadoff man aboard for the Salt Lake Bees. And it brings up Denzer Guzman. Guzman, as we know, has had a great month of May, hitting .411 during this month. 37 hits, 11 doubles, 28 runs batted in. That leads AAA in every category. Strike at the knees. So Denzer Guzman 0-1. Guzman flied out to left and then also walked and stole a base in the 3rd inning. Big hole right side as Lowe strides out to his lead at first. Coming set from the chest, Sborz fires, and it's cut on a miss. 0-2. As Guzman tried to go down to get that one, swung over the top of it. As Sborz started with a slider, went with that slider again. Coming in at 87. That one a little lower than the first one, as it barely went below the zone. Before the 0-2, a throw over to first, and back with a head-first slide is Josh Lowe. Sborz, it is 2 outings, just 2 total innings of work. Picked up a win on 1 occasion, struck out 3, gave up just a hit. And the pitch, cut on a miss, strike 3, snap throw to first, wipe around tag, they got him! A double play! Oh, Johnson threw a dart down to first. Prado, the first baseman, opened up with a swinging gate to catch it and just whipped around and dropped the tag down. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. As it's K2-3. Now 2 out, nobody on. That was a big twin killing. Here's Trey Mancini. He's up 4-1. Mancini lines it left side through the whole base hit. Past the diving Martin. He's got a dirty jersey here in this inning alone. A couple of diving attempts, wasn't quite able to get this one. And with 2 out, Trey Mancini keeps the inning alive. Mancini last night, 4 hits in the ball game. And tonight, he's already reached base 3 times. That is his first hit. That'll bring up Jeimer Candelario. Great night for him so far with a 3-run homer. Candelario smashes high and deep to right center. Ranging to his right, Blanco on the move, makes the face-high catch to end the inning. Great hustle, Blanco. Great jump on it. Tracked it all the way. So, Josh Sborz gives up a couple of hits, but got some help from his friends. Strike him out, throw him out.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Say goodbye to compromise, Lake Nona, and hello to HomeSense. Now you never have to settle for anything less than being obsessed with your home, because you deserve every standout piece for every room, without it costing every penny. The rugs, the sofas, the pillows, and why stop there when you can save on it all? HomeSense, the home of no compromise. Part of the Home Goods family. Now open in Lake Nona.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Salt Lake Bees lead 4-1 against the Round Rock Express tonight. Thursday nights at the ballpark in America First Square. Those are Thirsty Thursdays. Get $6 beer, $3 soda on Thursday night at the ballpark. Richie Martin leads it off. Foul tips it in the glove. 0-1. 5th inning of work for Brett Carey. He allowed 2 on with 1 out in the 4th. Got out of it. He has not retired the side in order at any point of the night. He's allowed the leadoff man to get on twice. Once a solo homer from Jonah Bride. That's the only run he's allowed. A leadoff double from Cooper Johnson in the 3rd. Called strike. Off speed on the outside corner. The count is 0-2. The fastball changeup mix for Brett Carey really was beneficial for him in that outing against Tacoma, and it's worked here tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Richie Martin. 1 out the bottom of the 5th. Resetting the defensive alignment for the Bees. Rada in left, Lowe in center, Teodosio in right. Guzman at 3rd, Sanchez at short, Vera at 2nd, Mancini at 1st. It's Martinez behind the dish. Brett Carey in his 5th inning of work on the mound. Carey so far, 62 pitches, 38 have been strikes. He's been very efficient. Cooper Johnson takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Reaches his arms up. That double for Johnson in the 3rd, that was the first hit he's ever had against Brett Carey. 1-0, lines it deep down the left field side, but that ball's hooking foul. Now the count's 1-1. Finishing up that out-of-town scoreboard is the Red Sox hammering away at the Braves, 8-0 in Fenway. They're in the bottom of the 8th. Foul tipped into the glove here, 1-2. On Cooper Johnson. Mets 3, Reds 2. They're in the bottom of the 6th at Citi Field. On the south side, the White Sox had one getaway last night. Now they lead 8-1 against the Twins. They're in the top of the 6th. 1-2 pitch, a topper, 2-hopper, right to the 3rd baseman. Guzman, it ramps off of his glove as he was charging on it. Bounces into foul ground. And Cooper Johnson is aboard. E5 the ruling. That is the 2nd error of the series against Guzman. Well, the ball had a ton of topspin. Guzman had to charge on it. Wasn't not hit all that hard. And he just was not able to field that well as it ran up off of his glove. So Cam Cauley comes to the plate, runner at first with one out. Cauley 0 for 2, a pair of flyouts to center field. Squares to bunt, pushes it up first base side. Mancini's got it quickly to second. They get the lead man. Great play and a great cover by Sanchez. Oh, excellent defense, Trey Mancini. He read that right away. And as Cauley squared up to push this bunt up the first base side, Mancini, not only did he come in, he took a perfect route on this ball, fielded it under perfect control, knew he had just enough time, and threw a strike to second base. Sanchez was running over to cover and caught it on the move. Great execution. And so Johnson out at second base. 3-6 on that put out. Cauley at first. Here's Cody Freeman. 2 down. Freeman takes a cold strike. Inside part of the plate, belt high, 0-1. Yankees 2, Royals nothing. They're in the top of the 7th in KC. And right here in the Lone Star State, the Astros and the Rangers tied at 2 in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-1. On the outside part of the plate, a strike. Great pitch mix here tonight from Brett Carey. As he started fastball towards the top of the zone and went off speed away, and once again has located well. That time it was a slider. 0-2 the count, 4-1 the score. Bees on top, bottom of the 5th. Pitch, Freeman takes in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Martinez. Holding it first is Cauley. The late game tonight, the Rockies at the Dodgers. That game getting underway in about an hour. Pacific Coast League with a big week. 5 teams at the top of the standings, battling 5 teams at the bottom of the standings. Throw over to first, and back with a head first slide is Cauley. Cam Cauley is a dangerous base stealer. He stole 4 bases on Sunday alone. 3rd in the PCL with 16 bases. He is a perfect 16 for 16. Carey comes set from the chest. The pitch outside. Martinez was leaning towards first when he made that catch. Cauley scurries back. Count even, 2 apiece. It's the twilight hour here tonight in Round Rock. Shadows have completely engulfed the playing surface. Carey the 2-2. And it's a high bouncer, left side, backing up on it. Sanchez, the shortstop, has it on the second bounce. Long throw to first, and it takes Mancini off the bag. He whips around for a tag attempt, but was unsuccessful. E6. So the left side of the infield with a pair of errors. Well, you feel for Sanchez, he had to play back on this ball. And while he gets it, he makes a strong throw, but it's inaccurate. It's up the line inside. Mancini did a great job letting that ball get all the way in. As he made the catch, he tried to whip around to make a tag, but came up empty. So the inning continues. Pitch low, 1-0 to Aaron Zavala. 2 out. Cauley at second, Freeman at first, 4-1 Bees. Here's the 1-0. On the inside corner, a strike, 1-1. Everybody in the PCL hoping Reno can help them out as they're hosting Sacramento tonight. They have no score. The River Cats and the Aces. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing, pitches down, 2 balls and no strikes. Or 2 balls and 1 strike, excuse me. Sugar Land with a 1-0 lead over Oklahoma City. They're in the top of the 4th. El Paso and Albuquerque, a 1-1 game, top 3. And the late game, Las Vegas at Tacoma, just underway. Here tonight, Bees lead 4-1. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-1 is high. 3 balls and a strike. Brett Carey has worked around some traffic tonight. He did it in the 4th with 2 on and 1 out. Now he has 2 on with 2 out. 2 runners reaching on errors. 3-1. Zavala takes high, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. Crazy train blaring from the speakers here tonight at Dell Diamond. Shane Lukes out of the first base dugout to go out and talk with Brett Carey. Brett Carey has had to battle hard tonight. He's allowed 4 hits and just 1 run. That was his second walk issued tonight. And when it comes to the success of Carey and this pitching staff lately, it's been situations like this. They've come up in a big way, a big strikeout or soft contact or something to just simply stay out of really big trouble. It happened last night. Carey is on the mound hoping to do that tonight. Cauley at third, Freeman at second, Aaron Zavala at first, and a red-hot Diego Castillo in the box. Castillo, right-hand batter ready. The pitch. Castillo fouls it straight back. Well, he almost dropped to a knee with how hard he swung at that first pitch, 0-1. The Bees won last night's game 7-1. They lead tonight's game 4-1. They've been clutch throughout this recent winning streak with big hits in big moments. Now they need big strikes in big moments. The 0-1. Line drive, center field, coming on low, plays it on a bounce. In to score from third, Cauley. Here comes Freeman around third, throw to the plate on a bounce. Safe on a backside slide. 2-run single, Diego Castillo. And Salt Lake's lead is down to 1. It's 4-3. Well, they've been benefited by a couple of errors. They've been benefited by a walk. And Round Rock simply needed to do their own work, and they did. Diego Castillo with a 2-run single. And at some point, when you make that many mistakes in an inning, and you leave the door open for something bad to happen, a 2 spot is now on the board. Here's Jonah Bride. He homered earlier tonight. Takes outside, ball 1. He's homered, he's walked. The lead at second, Aaron Zavala. Castillo is at first. 4-3 Salt Lake, 2 down. Pitches outside, 2-0. Infield push to the left. Shading the bag at second is Vera. Carey from the stretch, 2-0 pitch. And it's high, 3-0. And it's really tough. Those 2 errors, it kept Carey out there on the mound for such a long amount of time. It is a very humid night. It's where fatigue can start to settle in. Obviously the mental battle with an inning that you felt like was just about to be over. Carey the 3-0. And it's at the knees for a strike, 3-1. Nick Prado standing on deck. Jonah Bride with his 5th home run of the season back in the 2nd inning. That put Round Rock on the board. Now they trail by 1. The tying run at second. Here's the 3-1. Started after it, left it high, ball 4, bases loaded again, 2 down. And here comes Ozzy Osbourne through the speakers once more. Nick Prado to the plate. Prado was at the plate in the 4th with runners at first and second and 1 out, and he popped up. Now a base hit can put his team in the lead. 2 out, bases loaded, 4-3 Salt Lake. Prado the 8th hitter to come to the plate for Round Rock. Line drive down the left side, slicing foul and out of play. Prado just 6 for 24 with runners in scoring position. Sammy Natera Jr. getting loose in the pen right now. Brett Carey running on fumes, trying to get out of this 5th inning as the 0-1 at the belt, the strike 0-2. The Bees lead 4-3. Bases full of Round Rock Express. Zavala at third, Castillo at second, Bride is at first. Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher Martinez. We'll do it at a ball and 2 strikes. Natera down there in the bullpen, firing warm-up pitches as we speak beyond the right field wall. Fans trying to turn up the volume and get behind Prado. Bases loaded, 2 down. Carey from the chest, exhales, deals, swing and a miss, strike 3 in the dirt.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
Experience a new dimension of horror.
What is this?
Backrooms is mind-bending, pulse-pounding.
Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up!
Horror stripped to its essentials.
What did you see?
Backrooms, in theaters May 29th. Get tickets now.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
For young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Top of the sixth inning, Salt Lake leading 4-3. New pitcher on for the Round Rock Express. It is left-hander Robbie Ahlstrom, 1-2 on the year, an ERA of 3. This is his 20th outing of the year. 27 innings, 18 hits, 9 runs all earned. He's given up a couple homers, walked 6, struck out 30. And the PCL hitting a .184 against Robbie Ahlstrom, 6'3" lefty from Placerville, California. I had never heard of Placerville, California until today. Robbie Ahlstrom is going to face Omar Martinez, Bryce Teodosio, Yolmer Sanchez, 6, 7, 8 hitters. The Bees with 3 in the first, 1 in the third. Round Rock with 1 in the second and 2 in the fifth. We have a 1-run game. Omar Martinez 0-2 with a pair of Ks. Lefty on lefty matchup. Ahlstrom from the stretch. And the first pitch at the knees on the inside corner. 0-1. Beautiful night here in Round Rock, Texas. Nice Wednesday night crowd. Wouldn't call it sparse, but scattered. Here comes the 0-1 from Ahlstrom. Martinez foul tips it in the glove. The count's 0-2. We have a 6-game series. Tonight, game number 2. Don't forget tomorrow night, same place, same time. 5:45 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 5:30 with the on-deck circle. Here comes the 0-2 to Martinez. Line drive right side, nabbing at the first baseman, Prado. Well, he had to leap to his right and up in the air. Made a fine grab. So Martinez robbed of a base hit. As Prado caught the line drive, 1 out, nobody on. Here's Bryce Teodosio. Teodosio flied out to center in the second, did the same thing in the fourth. The lefty Ahlstrom fires. And cut on and missed by Teodosio, 0-1. Ahlstrom was Round Rock's most utilized left-hander last year. Had an ERA at 3.28, 53 games. Ahlstrom the 0-1, and it's down, a ball and a strike. He didn't permit an earned run in 12 of his first 14 games with the Express. That was all the way from mid-April to early June. And on the year, recorded a 2.64 ERA in the first half. Swing and a miss, Teodosio 1-2. 4 for the Bees, 3 for the Express. Top of the 6th inning, 1 out, nobody on. And the 1-2, fanned out and missed. Just above the strike zone. Strike three. Bryce Teodosio down. 2 out, nobody on. And tonight for the Express, Davalillo struck out 4. Spores struck out 1 in his 1 inning of work. Spores gave up 2 hits. Didn't allow any runs, didn't walk anybody. 2 up, 2 down. Top 6, 4 3Bs. Here's Yolmer Sanchez. Now batting from the right-hand side. Sanchez takes inside for a ball. Sanchez 1 for 2. He singled back in the 4th inning. Mentioned tomorrow's matchup. It'll be a good one. Sam Aldiguiri going for the Bees. Josh Steppen going for the Round Rock Express. There's the 1-0. Sanchez takes inside, 2 balls and no strikes. It is likely Sam Minatera Jr. would be on for the 6th inning for Salt Lake. Earlier, they had tagged Carey with 3 earned runs, but they've correctly changed that to 1. Here's the 2-0. On the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. I mentioned Yolmer Sanchez teaching himself how to be a switch hitter, and then when he ended up playing professionally, needed a little more help with it, just to fine-tune his ability to hit the other way. It became a big strength of his. 2-1. Pitch is low. 3 balls and a strike. He just said, I want to give myself the best chance possible in any situation, either to stay on a roster or to excel on a roster, to be the best player for my team. That's what Yolmer Sanchez is. 2 out, nobody on, the 3-1. And it's high, ball 4. Yolmer Sanchez is aboard again. That is the 5th time he has reached during the series. 3 times last night, twice tonight. So a single and a walk for Sanchez. He keeps the inning alive. Arol Vera comes to the plate 0 for 2 on the night, a pair of strikeouts. Now batting for the right-hand side. Lefty Ahlstrom comes set, looks over, and it's Sanchez at first. A long look. Kicks and deals. Vera takes a strike just below the belt, inside part of the plate, 0-1. Sanchez definitely can be on the move at any time. I mentioned before 6 stolen bases, but he's a crafty base stealer. Sometimes level when he'll walk out there with the body language like there's no chance he's about ready to leave. Sometimes I've watched him shorten his lead. He did that once during that previous homestand. He didn't have the biggest lead at all. Was just kind of casually walking out there. Almost looked like he was getting off the base by too short of a distance and then just took off for second. 0-1. Pops in and out of the glove of the catcher Johnson. Cut on and missed. And promptly going to second base was Sanchez. Sanchez is going to stay there. He realized that ball did not hit the bat of Vera. So the count is 0-2. They're calling this a wild pitch. It was a strange-looking play, and for a moment, a number of people just stopped. One player that did not was Yolmer Sanchez. He's in scoring position with 2 down. Ahlstrom, a look back at Sanchez, the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher Johnson. It's right by him, but going to third base is now Yolmer Sanchez. Another wild pitch. Look, Johnson knocked this ball down. It went to his right, maybe 5 feet. But Johnson did not locate it right away. And by the time he located it, it was Sanchez scampering into third. And also tip of the hat to Sanchez for having such a great secondary lead to give himself a chance for that. So now Sanchez at third is the 1-2, and it's line foul right side. Well, if the Bees find a way to get a run out of this, that would be incredible. So the first 2 were retired. Sanchez would eventually get on with the walk, and they're changing that first wild pitch, by the way, to a pass ball. That is a correct call. Here comes the 1-2 to Vera. Vera, ground ball right side, a low skipper backing up on a Prado, the first baseman, a race to the bag.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parrish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/womenshealth to schedule your appointment today.
At Hill's Pet Nutrition, we know that pet parent guilt is real. That's why we make science-led nutrition to help you give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Find the right food at hillspet.com/science does more.
Thumbtack presents Tile Trouble. Every single time I use my sink, I make eye contact with the uneven grout on my kitchen backsplash. The crooked corners eye me, and I'm haunted by more tiling questions than I thought possible. What kind of pro can fix a backsplash? Can I replace one cracked tile, or should I replace them all? What if I just use Thumbtack? I can hire top-rated pros, read reviews, and compare prices with a tap, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
It wasn't easy, but he never gave up.
My victory is knowing my disability doesn't define me.
He's an inspiration.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Salt Lake leads 4-3 against the Round Rock Express tonight. Sammy Natera Jr. is on for the Bees, 5-0 on the season. An ERA of 3.65. This is his 18th performance of the year. 24 and 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 10 runs all earned. He's allowed 5 home runs in his time out there this year. 17 walks, 35 Ks, and opponents hitting .205 against Sammy Natera. And Natera, 6'4" lefty from Mexico. Split time between the Bees and the Trash Pandas a year ago. But his work with Salt Lake so far this year has been stellar. Dyron Blanco, 0 for 2 so far of the night. 7-hole hitter squares to bunt, pulls back and takes a strike, 0-1. Final line tonight for Brett Carey. 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. 3 walks, 6 Ks. Gave up the solo home run to Jonah Bride in the second. 2 errors led to 2 runs in the 5th. Pitch is low. And the count's 1-1. And for Brett Carey, 88 pitches, 52 for strikes. And not only did the 2 errors hurt him with a couple of runs scoring, kept him from having any chance of pitching in the 6th. Pitches up and away. Counts at 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, it was 2 key errors. One from Guzman at third, one from Sanchez at short. Natera with the bright yellow cleats. Stares in, the target is up for Martinez, and the pitch is cut on and missed. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blanco, as I mentioned, who spent most of last year with the Storm Chasers in the Royals organization. He'll use his time out here. Fastball from Natera coming in at 94. He's gone mostly fastball and slider. 3 fastballs, 1 slider so far, and the 2-2 caught on a miss, strike 3. Sammy Natera starts his night with a strikeout of Blanco. 1 out in this bottom of the 6th inning. As Natera continues to just manicure that dirt out in front of home plate. He was doing it a ton when he came out to warm up. That heater now 95, 96 miles an hour. You love what Natera has done in year number 2 with the Salt Lake Bees. Richie Martin fouls it behind home plate and out of play. 0-1. Richie Martin 0 for 2 tonight, as he struck out back in the 5th inning. Salt Lake pitching with 7 Ks on the evening. It's crazy because before this season, Sammy Natera did not have a AAA win. Now, all of a sudden, picked up some huge wins with some great performances, some clutch performances later in games. Now, he's 5-0 on the year. He is 3-0 with an ERA of 1.50 in the month of May. Natera, lefty from the stretch. Knee up, foot down, fires, and it's outside, 1-1. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 20 Ks in 12 innings in the month of May. He's in an 8-way tie among all pitchers in AAA for the lead in wins. Now that includes starting pitchers. 1. Check swing, yes he did. They said he did not. There will be no challenge. I thought for sure he went. As Martin, even with his body language and the way he went around with his bat, looked like he did. The Bees have the opportunity to challenge that. They've decided not to. 2-1, high bouncer, left side, playing back on it. Sanchez, backhand stop, long throw to first. Mancini had to come off the bag to get it. And Martin is aboard. We'll see how they rule it. Martin was very close to beating that. It's an infield single, and I think that's the correct call. Now Mancini had to come off maybe a half step to the left, and Martin may have beaten that out anyway. So an infield single, Richie Martin. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Express. Cooper Johnson, right-hand batter ready, throw over to first, and back with a head first slide is Martin. Well, it was crazy because Natera allowed his first run on May 19th. That was the first run he had allowed in almost a month. It's the pitch. It's up. 1-0. Previously, he allowed a run against Sacramento April 29th, so he went 6 games and also 9 2/3 without being scored on. 1-0. Pumped in at the belt for a strike, and it's 1-1. Natera pitched a scoreless third of an inning in his work against Tacoma Sunday. He did allow a run against Tacoma in the game on Saturday, but the Bees would come away victorious. The 1-1. Pitches up and away, and Martinez was about to throw to first, but the ball slipped out of his hand on the exchange from the glove. 2-1 the count. Bees, who won the opener of this series last night, 7-1. They lead 4-3 here in game number 2 tonight. Pitch from Natera. Check swing in the zone anyway. A called strike, 2-2. So amazing seeing the Bees above 500 overall this time of year. It's just something that has not happened for this team over the last few years. They've had some sluggish seasons, and obviously slow starts have hampered them year after year. The Angels organization, while they want more wins at the parent club, they have been building some organizational depth, and it has shown, especially in this last month. 2-2, and it's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Natera battling in this bottom of the 6th. Martin at first, 1 out. Count full as Natera holds from the belt. Long look at Martin over there at first base. And the 3-2 pitch is at the knees, called strike 3. Cooper Johnson tossed the bat and was starting to go to first base. Tom O'Neill rung him up. And there was no argument from Johnson, no challenge from Johnson. So a backwards K, and what a pitch by Sammy Natera to get Cooper Johnson. Right at the bottom rail of the zone with a slider at 82. Corners in, 2 down. Richie Martin at first, Cam Cauley, who scored in the 5th inning after a fielder's choice. Dancing back to first on a throw over from Natera is Richie Martin. Martin, 12 for 13 stealing bases so far this year. He's holding to a 4-3 lead. It's bottom of the 6th. Natera takes a long look at Martin. Good lead at first. And the pitch is cut on a miss. 0-1. Cam Cauley, talked about how hot he's been. He's 0 for 7 in this series. He has reached just 1 time. That was a walk last night. And the pitch cut on a miss. 0-2. Just blew that one right by him. His fastball's coming in 95, 96. That one towards the top part of the zone. He wasn't messing around. And Sammy Natera's fastball's got a little giddy up to it. A lot of life on that fastball. Cauley had a tough time catching up to it. I'm wondering if he just stays with it here. 0-2. Runner on the move, and the pitch is flied high and deep to right. Going back to Teodosio in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill, 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go. Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Top of the 7th inning, Salt Lake leading 4-3 in game number 2 of the 6-game series tonight. Top of the order in this top of the 7th, Nelson Rada, Josh Lowe, Denzer Guzman to face Roddy Alstrom, who's out there for his second inning of work. He allowed a 2-out walk to Yomer Sanchez, and that was it in the 6th. Nelson Rada 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. First pitch, Rada takes inside for a ball. 1-0. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Round Rock Express. Lefty on lefty. Rada lines it left side foul. Count moves to a ball and a strike. Nelson Rada joined the Bees last year. In the late part of the season, they were the best team over a 40-game stretch when he and Denzer Guzman arrived. They would carry that momentum into their offseason with all of their work. Guzman had a call up to the Halos. The 1-1 is high, 2 balls and a strike. Rada hitting just .208 against lefties so far this year. I mentioned this before, when he bats in the number 1 spot in the order, this team is 12-6. He pitches low, 3 balls and a strike. His number's much better when he's in the 1 spot, hitting over 300. And then when he's in the 2 spot, he hits 169. 3-1 to Rada. Crack bat, slow grounder by the mound right side. The second baseman Castillo on the move has it from the edge of the grass. Throws to first in time, 1 down. Anytime it's a slow grounder like that and it gets by the pitcher, like it did Alstrom, it's scary with the speed of Nelson Rada, but Castillo was positioned well and he played that ball perfectly on that charge. He opened up with the glove on the left side, and in one motion was able to get rid of that. Because you do not have a lot of time to work with when Rada is screaming up the first base line. Josh Lowe, 2 for 3 tonight, including his first Bees home run. Takes low for a ball, 1-0. As the Bees will get 3 in the first, 1 in the third. Round Rock, 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th inning. That's why Salt Lake holds to a 1-run lead in this top of the 7th. And Lowe takes at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Josh Lowe, Trey Mancini were both part of a really special moment years ago. Back in 2022 on Mo Gaba Day. Mo Gaba, who was a young man who battled cancer and a number of other life-threatening illnesses throughout his life. He was a teenager who would call into sports radio stations. As the 1-1 is up and in. 2 balls and a strike. He was a big Baltimore sports historian and fanatic and connected well in the community, as well as connecting with the players, but specifically Trey Mancini. And then after Mo Gaba passed away, the 2-1 caught on a miss, 2-2. He was inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame. He actually has a piece of art that he had that's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame from draft day with the Baltimore Ravens. And so Mancini, who was connected well with his mom and then also with Mo, his mom would throw out the first pitch on Mo Gaba Day. Mancini would catch it. And then a special moment happened involving Josh Lowe as the 2-2's down and in. Counts full, 1 out. 4-3, Salt Lake, top of the 7th. Well, what happened was Mancini hit a fly ball to right field. Josh Lowe, the right fielder with Tampa, went to go on and catch it. The sun just blasted Lowe in the face, and then the ball hit Lowe. And it rolled to the wall. It would be Mancini going all the way around to score. That would be the last swing Mancini had as a member of the Orioles. 3-2, pumped in there, called strike 3. Just above the knees, outside part of the plate. After going back and forth between the fastball and the slider, it was a sinker at 96. Probably got more of the plate than he wanted, to be honest. A backwards K for Randy Alstrom, and before Denzer Guzman comes to the plate, long walk for Kyle Moore out of the dugout, and that's going to be all for Robbie Alstrom. We'll tell you about the new Round Rock pitcher when we come back. 2 out, nobody on, Bees up 4-3 in the top of the 7th on the KSL Sports Zone.
America First Credit Union has everything you need to get your money working. And for a limited time, new members get a $150 cash bonus for opening a checking account and $200 more for enrolling in and using direct deposit. If you're ready to do more with your money and get up to $350 cash, head to americafirst.com and become a member today. Subject to membership eligibility, terms, creditworthiness, change, and conditions. Additional requirements may apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
5 guys walk into a JCW's and order burgers, a pastrami, a mushroom Swiss, a guacamole bacon, a hickory barbecue, a ribeye steak, 2 onion rings, 3 French fries, a strawberry, mint, peanut butter, chocolate, and marshmallow shake, and not one left to tip. Because at JCW's, we don't ask for it. We think the price you see should be the price you pay. And all that, would you like to leave a tip stuff, is for the birds. JCW's. Quality and a lot of it. Open in American Fork, Lehigh, Provo, South Jordan, and Harriman.
As Americans, we love to try and fix it.
Ryan Brazier's the new pitcher coming on for the Round Rock Express. Bees lead 4-3 here tonight, the top of the 7th inning. 2 out, nobody on. Brazier, his 20th appearance, he has an ERA of 3.10. In 20 1/3, he's allowed 20 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 3 walks, 22 Ks, and opponents hitting .253 against him. He's going to face Denzer Guzman. Guzman, without a hit tonight, he walked and stole second back in the 3rd. The Bees tonight got a 3-run homer from Jamer Candelario and a solo blast from Josh Lowe. And great work from Robbie Alstrom, who pitched 1 2/3, walked the hitter, and that was it. Other than that, 2 Ks. Got some help from Prado at first on a hot shot liner from Martinez. But he kept the Bees off the board. Denzer Guzman, who's had an amazing month of May. First pitch, Guzman takes low, ball 1. Guzman, 3rd in hits in the PCL this year. 5th in extra base hits. All of a sudden, his batting average just continued to climb. It's now 9th best in the PCL. The pitch. Guzman takes outside. 2 balls and no strikes. No player in the PCL this year has more runs batted in than Denzer Guzman with 47. He drove in a pair last night. Infield shifted left. Guzman takes a vicious cut, comes up empty, 2-1. Boy, his head had turned out and around. He's trying to put that over the left field berm. Holding from the stretch, Brazier, and the pitch foul tipped into the glove, 2-2. The fastball at 93 here for Brazier, a cutter there at 81, or 88 I should say, with great life. Slider coming in at 84. Everything has been away until that one right there, which was the top rail of the zone. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball. The pitch outside. Good take there by Guzman. Count full, bases empty. 2 out, top of the 7th. 4 for the Bees, 3 for the Express. The pitch.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter HIMS. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit Hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit Hims.com.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
People who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
97.5 KZNS FM Colville, 1280 KZNS AM Salt Lake City, and KSL FM HD2 Salt Lake City Midvale. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The ballpark are live and rocking here tonight at Dell Diamond. They just finished up with Deep in the Heart of Texas. The fans singing and clapping along. We have a one-run ball game tonight. The Bees lead 4-3. Sammy Natera Jr. out for his second inning of work. Cody Freeman first pitch, fly ball, left field. Going back on it is Rada in front of the warning track. Side steps and he will make the catch. Or out number one. Boy, Cody Freeman had a hold of it. The ballpark did hang on to it. He was trying to go first pitch Yahtzee here in the seventh. Aaron Zavala has reached twice with a single and a walk. He's 1 for 2. All three plate appearances against Brett Carey. Mentioned Brett Carey tonight. Only one of his 3 runs that he allowed. Only 1 run was earned. Zavala with Guzman at third creeping in. First pitch just misses inside. Ball 1. Sammy Natera. He worked around a 1-out single back in the 6th inning. He's been so reliable out of the pen so far this season, even at times when the Bees had rough outings with their bullpen as a whole. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Last night, a great bullpen night for the Bees. After a solid start from George Clausen, the pen will go on to pitch 4 shutout innings. Next pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-1. Salt Lake right now with this current stretch, it is exactly 9 consecutive innings without allowing a run from the bullpen. 2-1 off the handle, fouled behind home plate to the left, 2-2. That is a far cry from what we were watching earlier in the season. The Salt Lake Bees, now midway through April, I forget what the date might have been, not only were they last in terms of the league in ERA, they were the worst in minor league baseball, and the runner-up was not all that close to them. It was really bad there for a while. Here's the 2-2. Zavala fouls it in and out of the glove of the catcher Martinez. Will do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. At that time, Salt Lake's ERA was over 9. And in the PCL, the team closest to him, I believe it was Albuquerque, and their ERA was in the 5s. It was just no other way to spin it. They were not giving themselves a chance to win. It's been a much different story since then. Lefty on lefty matchup. Natera with the 2-2 to Zavala. Outside corner called, strike 3. Got him looking. Aaron Zavala down on strikes, 2 out, nobody on. It'll bring up Diego Castillo. Castillo, who has been swinging a hot bat coming into this series, drove in a run last night. He drove in 2 back in the 5th. 2 for 3. 2 runs batted in, 4-3 Bs, bottom of the 7th. Natera's first pitch, knee high, over the heart of the plate, a called strike, 0-1. Boy, Natera just locating time and time again, setting the table with that fastball, which has been at about 96. He threw 5 fastballs to Zavala, including the one that got him. It's on the outside corner. Called strike 2. Great work behind the dish by Martinez tonight. Oh, and really every night he's been back there. Justin Dunn talked a lot about it before the game, just how much trust is built in a guy like Omar Martinez. 0-2 downstairs. 1-2. It's gone straight heat to start this plate appearance against Castillo. And all around the bottom of the zone. The first one over the heart of the plate, and then second one outside corner. That one down the middle but low. 1-2. Opposite field line drive. It's going to get down for a base hit in right. Coming over to cut it off is Teodosio. 2-out single. Diego Castillo, his 3rd hit of the night. Diego Castillo coming into tonight, his previous 10 games, he was batting .366 with an on-base percentage of .447. Now he's 3 for 4 this evening with a trio of singles. That was a fine piece of hitting to just go the other way with that. Jonah Bride to the plate. He has reached base 3 times tonight. A solo homer and 2 walks. Officially 1 for 1. Pitch from Natera. At the knees, a strike. And the count's 0-1. Natera continues to work so well at the bottom part of that strike zone. That one right down the middle, but just clipped the bottom rail of the zone. Fastball is always around 95, 96. Bride increased his on-base streak to 16 games with that home run back in the second. 4-3 Bs. Outside. 1-1. There's the Bees, who jumped on him with that 3 spot in the first. Candelario home run. That was their first hit of the ball game after a couple of walks. Creeping to his lead at first is Castillo. And the pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Castillo, 2 stolen bases so far on the year. Jonah Bride, who hit his 5th home run of the season, reaches the bat back ready. Slightly open stance from the right side. Natera from the stretch, kicks, deals. Outside, hits 3-1. That's the first time I think that I've seen Natera really miss off of the target put up there by Martinez. It was one that he feels like got away. Everything else, he's been pretty much on point tonight. 3-1 the count, 4-3 the score. The Bees up 1, and the pitch is flied behind home plate and out of play. It'll be a head start at first for Castillo. Count full, 2 down in this bottom of the 7th. No wind at all here tonight. Well, last night it was howling every direction. And we got hit with a downpour the moment the final out took place. No rain expected this evening, just a beautiful night here in Round Rock, Texas. Although it is a humid one, Natera wipes off his forehead with his sleeve. Now steps in, left-hander with the bright yellow cleats. Comes set, exhales. Kicks, runner moves, the pitch, cut on a miss, strike.
Running a business means checking a lot of boxes.
Let's see, payroll, check. Inventory, check. Insurance,
Good thing Simply Business makes getting small business insurance fast and easy. Check insurance off your list at simplybusiness.com.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill. 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
This year, I'm done with diets and resolutions because they don't work. Instead, I'm going for healthy-ish, and that lasts year-round thanks to Thrive Market. Thrive Market is my go-to healthy online grocery store with better versions of everything I already crave. I just open the app and filter for whatever I need. High-protein pastas, low-sugar snacks, GLP-1-friendly treats, non-alcoholic drinks. All my favorites, just all better for me. And I get more me time back. Head to thrivemarket.com/get started to get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift.
One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Top of the eighth, middle of the order. Trey Mancini, Jeimer Candelario, Omar Martinez. 4-5-6 to face the new pitcher for the Round Rock Express. It is Michel Otañez. He is the fifth pitcher employed tonight from Round Rock as the Bees hold a 4-3 lead in this top of the eighth inning. Brazier came on to close down the third inning of work, and he was able to strike out Denzer Guzman. Before that, it was Robbie Ahlstrom, 1 2/3, walked 1, struck out 2. We have a good game tonight here in Round Rock, Texas. Trey Mancini has reached base all 3 times he stepped to the plate. 2 walks and a single. First pitch from Otañez. The right-hander fires outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Otañez, so far on the season, 3-1 with an ERA of 6.52. This is his 19th appearance. The pitch is low. And it counts 2 balls and no strikes. 97 miles an hour on the fastball from Otañez. Otañez, the righty, likes to work quick. Kind of pumps out his arms, then comes set from the chest. From the stretch, deals. Up and in, look out. 3-0. Otañez, 19 1/3 innings, 13 hits, 15 runs, 14 of them earned, 20 walks, 27 Ks. Opponents hitting 191. Against Otañez, 6'4" righty from the Dominican Republic. 3-0 to Mancini, green light, and he dribbles it foul, third base side, as it rolls off the facing of the Round Rock dugout. We'll do it at 3-1. Mancini with a hit already tonight. He's coming off of back-to-back multi-hit games after he was 4 for 5 last night. Here's the 3-1. Mancini pops it up foul behind home plate. We'll do it now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 5 straight games, Mancini has driven in a run. That 4-hit game last night matches the highest since May 19, 2021, when he was with the Orioles. Here comes the 3-2. Mancini takes downstairs, ball 4, or was it? This has been challenged. Oh, and the catcher Johnson wanted to throw it around. The announcement made from home plate umpire Tom O'Neill. This is a big challenge. And the ABS reveals, as everybody waits, staring at the video board, Mancini has picked up the bat. We're still waiting. Fans are starting to get a little bit annoyed. Everybody's curious what the reveal is. Do they have it? Or are we going with the original ruling? And the announcement from Tom O'Neill is that the call is overturned to a strike. Well, they didn't show it on the video board, but O'Neill was given the information in his earpiece. A big backwards K to start off this 8th. 4-3 Salt Lake, 1 out, nobody on. Here's Jeimer Candelario. Candelario, 1 for 3, but that one was huge. A 3-run shot back in the first inning. Infield pull to the right. Candelario scorches a line drive down the first base side fair and headed towards the corner. Candy rounds first on his way to second. He checks the rearview mirror and then will hold up at second base with a 1-out double. 2 extra base hits on the night for Jeimer Candelario. So he's in scoring position with 1 out. The Bees would love to get some insurance here in the late innings. And while the bullpen has been so good for Salt Lake, always want to make sure you give as big a cushion as necessary. And Omar Martinez, who is 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 3 last night. This will be a great time for his first hit. First pitch. Martinez watches this pitch go high. Ball 1. I mentioned the struggles from Omar hitting with runners in scoring position. Just 5 for 33 on the season. 2 strikeouts on his night. Martinez, though, has come up with some big moments on the road. Feels like every time he connects on the road, it's something to bring in runs or to help them take the lead. Here's the 1-0. Omar checks his swing, and it's at the knees anyway for a strike. 1-1. The Bees a 4-3 lead in this top of the 8th inning. They soundly won last night's game 7-1. They've been in front all night tonight. Martinez starts after it, leaves it in the zone. It's a called strike, and Martinez taps his helmet as he wants Tom O'Neill to look at it. So everyone looks at the ABS system. It was in the zone, right there at the bottom of the zone. A called strike. Counts 1-2. So Candelario walking to his lead at second. Martinez, left-hand batter, ready. And time has been called now by Omar Martinez. He digs in a little bit more on that back chalk line. Reaches the bat back ready. Montañez pumps his arms out. Now comes set from the chest. Checks the runner at second. Fires. Martinez watches that pitch go outside. It's 2-2. Good nibble there by Otañez, but it was in the river. They're playing Martinez to pull to the right. Well off the bag at third is Bride. The lead at second, Candelario. Throw back to second. They picked him off. Otañez whipped around and threw a strike to the shortstop, Martin. Now 1-6 on the pickoff, and that has been bad news for the Bees tonight. They had Josh Lowe, who was nabbed on a pickoff from the catcher Johnson. Now Candelario is erased at second. 2 out, nobody on. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Martinez fouls it off of himself as it rolls towards the backstop. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It has been a very imperfect performance tonight for the Bees. 2 big errors defensively, a couple of base running miscues. 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Bees have allowed some traffic out there. 2 unearned runs on the night. As I mentioned, very imperfect, but the Bees still up 4-3. Top of the 8th, 2 down. Otañez, the 2-2 to Martinez. And it's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Standing on deck right now, Bryce Teodosio looking for his first hit of the night. Count full, base is empty. Now Bride, the third baseman, at the shortstop spot. Check swing in the dirt. He held it up. It's ball 4, and Martinez is aboard. Well, good battle there by Martinez. He's going on base for the first time tonight. And here is Bryce Teodosio. Now Bryce, so far in this series, 1 for 8. So he had an RBI single last night. And the time he's been in a Bees uniform, going all the way back to 2024 and some of 25, and even this year, he has been clutch in the late innings. Teodosio takes inside for a ball as he twists to get out of the way from being hit. And it's 1-0. Teodosio flied out to center a couple of times and struck out. Martinez a mild lead at first. Teodosio swings and misses 1-1. Bryce, who had that breakout season in 24, would end up with his first major league call-up. And last year, a ton of time with the Halos. This year, made the opening day roster. 1-1. Teodosio watches that pitch down. It's 2 balls and a strike. 4-3 Salt Lake, top of the 8th, 2 down. As it's been the Express on the comeback trail tonight. They've cut it to a 1-run game. Bees looking for some insurance in the top of the 8th. Teodosio Takes, and it's down and away. 3 balls and a strike. Outfield straight away. Infield push left. A big hole on the right side as the second baseman Castillo is almost directly behind the second base bag. Teodosio skips back into the box before being hit with a timing violation. Holding is Otañez. The righty kicks, steals. Teodosio takes at the knees, a strike, 3-2. Martinez will be on the move with the pitch. It's now third base umpire Darius Gani moves to the other side of second base. Martinez slowly sidesteps to his lead at first. Otañez rocks steady. There goes Martinez. Teodosio holds up. It's ball 4, down and away. Started flinching there with his hands as if he was going to go after it. Wisely held up. Back-to-back walks to put a runner in scoring position. Dave Barkowski, the pitching coach of the Express, out to talk now with Otañez. Boy, a one-out double from Candelario that was so big here in this 8th inning, and then he was picked off. Since then, Otañez got Martinez to 2 strikes and walked him. Got Teodosio to 2 strikes and walked him. And here comes Yolmer Sanchez. Sanchez is going to bat from the left-hand side now. He has reached twice tonight, a single and a walk. Yolmer Sanchez hitting .357 with runners in scoring position. He's been scorching hot in the month of May. 2 out, 2 on, 4-3 Salt Lake, top of the 8th. First pitch. Sanchez holds up as the pitch is inside, and it goes past Johnson, the catcher, to the backstop, a wild pitch, and now runners at second and third. Well, the Bees were down to their final strike with nobody on after the pickoff of Candelario. Since then, 2 have reached, and now they have 2 in scoring position. Otañez has gone as far as he can go. Touches up the rosin bag on the back slope of the mound before walking back up top. Infield shifted right. Runners with their leads. Martinez is at third. Teodosio is at second. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Sanchez hammers it high and deep down the right field line. Hooking foul and way out of play. Way off the bat, that ball just jumped. And then this huge hook as it drifted foul. No wind by any means, just got out in front of it. Runners back to their leads again. 1-1 the count, 4-3 the score. Bees on top. The 1-1 pitch. Sanchez takes high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Yolmer Sanchez, the calming influence in that clubhouse. When the team's winning, he keeps them level. When the team's losing, he keeps them level. Longtime veteran. Everything a clubhouse needs. 2-1 pitch fouled in and out of the glove of the catcher Johnson. We'll do it at 2-2. Otañez was 1 strike away from getting rid of Martinez. He walked. He was 1 strike away from getting rid of Teodosio. He walked. Now he's 1 strike away from ending the inning against Yolmer Sanchez. Errol Vera is on deck. Otañez sets from the chest. The 2-2. Sanchez swings and misses, strike 3. Blew a fastball right by him at 90.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Got this, right?
You bet. Dogs Inc. trained us well.
Ready to make a difference for our humans?
Born ready.
Discover how extraordinary guide and service dogs change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Bees clinging to a 4-3 lead tonight. And the third pitcher on for the Bees is Brady Chobin, 1-0 with an ERA of .450, his 11th appearance for the Bees this year. 16 innings, 17 hits, 8 runs all earned. Walked 5, struck out 9, and opponents hitting .279 against Brady Chobin. And Brady Chobin is a big dude. 6'5", right-hander from Barberton, Ohio. Joined the Bees last year, had a nice impact on that bullpen. He's had some great stretches here so far this year, and he's looking for a big opportunity to hold down Nick Prado, Dyron Blanco, and Richie Martin, 6, 7, 8 hitters in this 8th. Prado takes called strike, and it's 0-1. Sammy Natera was fabulous once again, 2 scoreless innings in the 6th and the 7th. As he took over for Brett Carey, who allowed 1 earned in 5 innings. As the pitch is down. The Bees hold a 4-3 lead. They took last night's game 7-1. They've won 10 of their last 13. They've won 5 in a row. Prado is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 Ks. Chobin, the righty from the stretch. 1-1, cut on and missed, 1-2. Last night, fabulous work by the bullpen to shut out this offense from Najir Victor, Joey Lucchese, and Justin Dunn. Chobin with the 1-2 pitch to Prado. Prado takes in the dirt. Counts now 2-2. Brady Chobin really wanting to bounce back after a blown save on Saturday. The Bees would get the win. He was not happy about his performance. As this pitch is softly bounced up the first base line, it'll roll into the runner's lane and go foul, picked up by the first baseman Mancini. Great hustle by Chobin getting off the mound to get over there. Chobin was trying to wait for that ball to rub up against the foul ridge of that area where the grass and dirt combine to see if that ball might roll back to fair territory. He noticed Prado was not getting out of the box. 2-2 the count, 4-3 the score. He's in the lead. Chobin set from the belt. 2-2 down. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. That first outing Chobin had against Tacoma, he retired the first 7 he faced. He looked dominant. Then the next 2 would reach, and they would both come in to score. So his scoreline looked a lot worse than it really was. Here's the 3-2. Looping liner down the left field line, ranging to his right is Rada. Heads over there, drops fair. Rounding first on his way to second is Prado. Throw comes in, pop-up slide, save. Nick Prado just softly drifts one down the left field line, and it lands perfectly inside the chalk. That was not hit all that hard. Rada was going over there. He had no chance he was going to close down on that ball. The crowd didn't even seem excited at all off the bat, as they didn't even feel suspenseful with that, but you could see it had a real chance to drop in, and it just did land fair. Here's Blanco. Left-hand batter takes on the outside part of the plate to strike. Blanco 0 for 3 so far tonight. Blanco is 2 for 15 this year with runners in scoring position. Tying run at second. Nobody out. 4-3 Bees. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Blanco takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And for Chobin, his first outing at any level this year was back on April 21st when he joined the Bees. It was a scoreless outing, an important scoreless 7th. 1-1. And it's fouled off the glove of the catcher, Martinez. Count moves to 1-2. As before that recent rough patch, Mike Chauvin had just 5 straight innings of shutdown city that included getting the win against El Paso on May 15th. Comes the 1-2 from Chauvin. Fouled off the end of the bat. Almost hit the on-deck batter, Richie Martin, third base side. We'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, tonight, Round Rock with runners in scoring position. They are 1 for 6. It was a big 2-run single from Diego Castillo. The Bees 1 for 7. That was a big 3-run homer from Jamer Candelario. Chauvin again with the 1-2 pitch. Down and in, and it hit him. Went to the backstop. Prado started heading for third and will come back to second. Blanco is now at first. So, runners at first and second, nobody out. And the Bees holding to this 1-run lead. Richie Martin, an infield single in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. And so the Express with a real chance to tie or take the lead. The tying run is there at second. The go-ahead run is there at first. The corners creeping in. Middle infielders rotating right. Here comes the bunt. No, he pulls back. The pitch is outside for a ball. Martin did not lunge out at that. Mancini was running downhill. The wheel play was on here. Now we'll see what they do now. Middle infielders backing up. Corner infielders staying in. Third baseman Guzman is rotated on a 45. As they come creeping in again. Martin squares up, pulls back, ball 2. Great zone discipline by Martin in a bunt situation. You're thinking the most important thing here, get it down. But that doesn't mean you bunt any pitch. Runners with their lead again. Corners creeping in again. Here comes the pitch again. Martin pulls back again. And the pitch is out of the zone again. It's 3-0. This pitch outside. Now the water's starting to get red here for Brady Chauvin. 3-0. Martin reaches the bat back. 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way downstairs. Ball 4. Base is loaded. Nobody out. It'll be Cooper Johnson. Cooper Johnson tonight. He is 1 for 3. A double back in the 3rd inning. Meeting at the mound right now. As they're trying to settle down Brady Chauvin, who has scuffled badly in this 8th inning. Gave up a leadoff double to Prado. Hit Blanco. Walked Martin on 4 straight pitches. Cooper Johnson with runners in scoring position. So far this season is just 6 for 33. A big opportunity in the bottom of the 8th. Johnson uses his timeout to start this plate appearance. Bases loaded, nobody out. 4-3 Salt Lake. Bottom of the 8th. Chauvin deals. Johnson takes outside, ball 1. That is now 6 in a row out of the zone. As he hit Blanco, walked Martin on 4 straight, and pitched that one outside. Fans making noise here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chauvin in trouble. Bees clinging to a 1-run lead. The 1-0. Johnson tops it and bounces it foul to the on-deck batter third base side. As it's now Cam Cauley. Count 1-1. Runners with their leads. Prado at third, Blanco at second, Martin at first. Big chance for Johnson. The pitch. Johnson slowly grounds it up the third base line. Foul. We'll do it at 1-2. Brady Chauvin on here in this 8th inning. Reaches his arm up high to stretch it up. Now comes set from the belt. Long hold. Here comes the 1-2 to Cooper Johnson. Outside corner called strike 3. Straight paint. Went with a sinker again at 94 miles an hour and just dotted it beautifully. 4 straight sinkers to shut down business against Johnson. He still has business to attend to in the 8th. 1 out, bases loaded. Here's Cam Cauley. Wow, what a pitch. And I mean right on the outside edge. Cauley, first pitch, takes at the knees. It was ruled inside or low. Not sure which one, but Tom O'Neill is making an announcement because Martinez is challenged. Everybody at the video board, and it did at the bottom of the zone. And on the inside part of the zone. Good call, Martinez. The count is 0-1. Salt Lake 4, Round Rock 3. Bottom of the 8th inning. Base is full for Cam Cauley. A 180 hitter with runners in scoring position. Looking for his first hit of the series. Cauley takes on the outside corner a strike. And Chobin is just dotting the corners beautifully ever since having 6 straight pitches out of the zone. I think that is 6 straight pitches that have all been sinkers. All at 93, 94. He's not messing around. Bases loaded, 1 out. The count 0-2. Chobin fires. Just down. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Prado doubled to lead off the inning. He is at third. Blanco was hit by a pitch. He's at second. Martin walked. He's at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 4-3 Bs, bottom of the 8th. Looping liner, right center, down for a base hit. In to score from third, Prado. Coming around third, in to score Blanco. Rounding third, coming home. And now the throw goes to third. They've got Richie Martin held up in a rundown. Throw to Martinez. He's chasing him back to third. The catcher Martinez throws. The tag is there, and he's out. Sanchez with the tag. As 2 runs come in to score, and the Express now lead it 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. That ball in the gap, not through the gap. It certainly was going to score 2. Aggressive base running by Richie Martin. Got a little careless. It'll go as a 2-run single. And on the play, Cam Cauley does go to second. A zip code on the putout. As I believe went 9-5-2-6, but we'll find out officially. Cody Freeman now at the plate. Round Rock with their first lead of the night. It's 5-4. Freeman takes a called strike. Freeman tonight is 0 for 4. He reached by an error and scored back in the 5th. Two down. Here's the 0-1 from Chobin. Freeman takes high. The count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now for the Bees. In the top of the 9th, they'll have the 9-1-2 hitters, Vera, Rada, and Lowe due up. Five for the Express, 4 for the Bees. Here comes the 1-1. Freeman takes a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It went 9-4-5-2-6 on that putout. 1-2 to Freeman. Jack swing outside. I don't know what city 9-4-5-2-6 is, but it's somewhere in California. Runner at second, 2 down, 2-2 the count, 5-4 Round Rock. It is bottom of the 8th. Freeman in the box. Takes down and away. The runner at second, Cauley, is dancing around with that big secondary lead. Errol Vera shading the bag at second. The Bees with 3 in the first, 1 in the third. Round Rock. 1 in the second, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 8th. They're giving Cam Cauley a double on that 2-run hit, and there's no chance that that's a double. We'll see if they correct that later. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Freeman swings.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parrish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
And together, we can finally achieve the AIDS-free world that Ryan envisioned. Learn more at eltonjohnaidsfoundation.org. And to see the very latest we've accomplished through the Rocket Fund to End AIDS, follow us at EJAF on Instagram.
Top of the ninth inning. He's down by the score of 5-4 tonight. Their last stops. It'll be Errol Vera, also Nelson Rada, Josh Lowe, as the Bees need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead against the new pitcher now for the Round Rock Express, as they've gone to the pen. And the guy that they're going to is we're trying to find him on a roster and cannot find him anywhere because he is not listed on the roster. So it must have been a new addition as they go to Teodo. Emiliano Teodo. He'll go up against Errol Vera. First pitch of ball, 0-1. Teodo, who comes into today's game as the 6th pitcher employed tonight from the Round Rock Express. Vera swings and misses, 1-1. Errol Vera looking for his first hit tonight. 2 strikeouts, grounded out to first. Teodo 2-2 with an ERA of 5.24. Swing and a miss. Cut over the top of it, 1-2. Emiliano Teodo, 6'1" righty from the Dominican Republic, trying to get the save. The 1-2 pitch. Vera laces it out to left center field and deep, going back on it. Zavala still going back over the shoulder, makes a catch at the track and parachutes into the wall for out number 1. Great job, Zavala. Well, that ball was well struck by Vera. It certainly wasn't going to get out, but it was headed for the alley. And Zavala took a great route on that one. Just beautifully tracked it down. Made a galloping catch over the shoulder. 1 out, nobody on. 5-4. Round Rock on top. Here's Nelson Rada, 0 for 3 with a walk. Rada softly bounces over to the first baseman, Prado. He's got it. 5 steps to the bag. 2 up, 2 down. And the Bees down to their final out here tonight. Salt Lake led 3-0. They led 4-1. The Round Rock Express picked up 2 runs in the 5th. They were both unearned as an error from the shortstop Sanchez and an error from the third baseman Guzman proved to be costly. Then in the 8th inning, a 2-run single to help take the lead from Cam Collin. First pitch, a strike, 0-1. Josh Lowe homered in the 3rd, he singled in the 5th. Multi-hit game tonight, just trying to stay alive. Lowe takes outside, 1-1. That sinker from Teodo is coming in at 100 miles an hour. Fans bringing the noise. Here comes the 1-1 to Lowe. And Lowe swings and misses 1 and 2. That sinker constantly in at 99 and 100. Bees down to their final strike. Teodo from the stretch. The righty fires. Lowe takes outside. And it's 2 and 2. Lefty Lowe straightens back up in the box. Taps the plate with his back. Slowly reaches it back behind his left ear. Teodo, the pitcher, from the chest, kicks, deals. Lowe foul tips it into the glove, strike 3. And the ball game is over. The winning streak is over for the Bees, and the series is tied. The Round Rock Express rally back to defeat the Salt Lake Bees by the final score of 5-4. What a tough loss tonight for Salt Lake. They jumped on them once again. The pitching staff did a rock-solid job throughout the course of the night overall. 2 costly errors in the 5th inning lead to 2 key runs. And the Round Rock Express come back to beat the Bees. And for the Salt Lake Bees, they had won 10 out of 13 coming into tonight. They had won 5 in a row. They were in position to win again. But 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Salt Lake, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Round Rock Express. So Tanez gets the win. Brady Chobin takes the loss.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parrish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
Thumbtack presents Project Paralysis. I was cornered. Sweat gathered above my furrowed brow, and my mind was racing. I wondered who would be left standing when the droplets fell, me or the clogged sink. Drain cleaner and pipe snake clenched in my weary fist, I stepped toward the sink and then... Wait, why am I stressing? I have Thumbtack. I can easily search for a top-rated plumber, read reviews, and compare prices, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Welcome on into the 10th inning show. The fans filing their way out, and it's a happy home crowd tonight for the Round Rock Express as the Salt Lake Bees had a 4-1 lead today. It got away, and they fall 5-4 to Round Rock. 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Bees, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Express. And the Bees, they're now even at 26-26. The Express improved to 21-32. The winning pitcher tonight was Michel Otanez, 4-1 now on the season. Brady Chobin takes the loss. He's 1-1, his second blown save of the year. Teodo, he gets the save, his second of the season. Brett Carey was rock solid as a starter again tonight. 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, walked 3, K'd 6. That's now 4 starts in a row. Carey has allowed 2 or fewer earned runs. And also Sammy Natera Jr. was excellent out of the pen. 2 scoreless frames to go with it as well. Offensively, Jeimer Candelario, his first game back, 2 for 4, a 3-run homer in the first inning. Really helped the Bees get off to a great start tonight. Multi-hit game also for Josh Lowe. The sad thing is the Bees had 2 players with multi-hit games, that being Lowe and Candelario. Each of them, the second time they were on, they were picked off, as it was a very imperfect night for the Bees with base running, imperfect night offensively, 2 costly errors that hurt them, and some really big moments, and then a blown save to go with it as well. As this one really hurt. The Bees were starting to play some great baseball. They were needing to obviously get some help in the standings, but most importantly trying to help themselves. And after the Bees were on a hot streak, this one certainly got away from them. On the other side, it was a really great performance from Castillo. He continues to swing a hot bat, including a 2-run single as he reached base 3 times on the night. He was the only player for the Round Rock Express with a multi-hit performance. So the series is tied up 1-1 as the Bees were just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and they stranded 7. Round Rock 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and they stranded 9 but came up with a pair of key 2-run singles.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
Ready to reach your weight loss goals? Hims makes it simple. Connect with a licensed provider and, if eligible, access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill, 100% online, no insurance required. This is weight loss designed for you. Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
When our doctors see you, they see themselves, and not just our doctors. Our entire team leads with empathy to deliver personal care you can feel. At Orlando Health, it's how we care that shows we care. Our caregivers treat you like they would want to be treated. They listen, understand, and explain in a way that makes you feel both heard and seen. We're the healthcare partner who treats you like family. Orlando Health. We make it personal.
For your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Welcome back to the 10th inning show. The Bees and the Round Rock Express met up for game number 2 of the 6-game set. Salt Lake in game 1 put together a combined 3-hitter on their way to a game 1 win. And the last time they had a combined 3-hitter was on August 31st. It was here against Round Rock. The winning pitcher and starting pitcher was Brett Carey. Carey got the start tonight for the Salt Lake Bees, pitched a scoreless bottom of the first and was looking rock solid. Well, in the top of the first inning, Nelson Rada led off the game with a walk. Lowe and Guzman were retired on a ground out and a fly out respectively. Then Trey Mancini battled hard to what was a ton of pitches after being down 0-2, fouled off several pitchers, had some great takes. He would eventually extend the inning, and that was a very important walk because the next batter in his first game back off the IL was Jeimer Candelario. Each of the last 3 games, and Candelario smashes one high and deep to right, going back Blanco at the track and the wall. It's gone. A rainbow onto the right field berm. Welcome back, Jeimer Candelario. And a crooked number on the board here in the first. Bees lead 3-0. So 3-0 the score right out the gate. That's what Salt Lake was looking for. On the other side, it was a quiet night last night for the offense of the Round Rock Express as they scored 1 run in the first and didn't score again. They were needing something offensively in the early innings. They found it with Jonah Bride. 2-1 pitch. Bride smokes it high and deep to left. Going back is Rada at the track. Looks up, and that ball is onto the berm. A solo blast for Jonah Bride. He's put Round Rock on the board. It's 3-1 in the bottom of the second. But Brett Carey straightened it out, retired the next 3 in a row. Also would, be rock solid in the third inning as well. For the Bees in the third inning, Josh Lowe stepped up to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. Lowe, who had a multi-hit game earlier, also ended up with his first extra base hit earlier. His first run batted in earlier, now was looking for his first Salt Lake Bees homer. Lowe hammers one high and deep to right. Looking up is Blanco, and this ball is going to get out onto the right field berm. That ball hanging up for a long time before it dropped over there. And Josh Lowe has his first home run as a member of the Salt Lake East. And Salt Lake leads it 4-1 in the top of the third. So Salt Lake back with that 3-run lead again. And Brett Carey just locked in the rest of the way with a scoreless third inning as he faced the minimum 3. Then in the fourth, found himself in some trouble with a 1-out single and then a walk, but retired the next 2 to hold this to a 4-1 Salt Lake advantage. Then trouble hit in the 5th inning. After striking out Richie Martin, ground ball to third, and it was booted by Guzman at third for an error. After Cam Cauley pushed a bunt up the right side, great defensive play by Mancini, who threw out the lead runner Cooper Johnson, so runner at first with 2 down. The next batter, Cody Freeman, hit a 2-bouncer to the shortstop Sanchez, but Yolmer's throw to first was offline, and the inning continued. Aaron Zavala walked after that, and it was Round Rock in need of a key 2-out hit. They found it in Diego Castillo. The 0-1. Line drive, center field, coming on low, plays it on a bounce. In to score from third, Cauley. Here comes Freeman around third, throw to the plate on a bounce, safe on a backside slide. 2-run single, Diego Castillo, and Salt Lake's lead is down to 1. It's 4-3. So Brett Carey would get out of that inning. His final line tonight, 5 total frames of work, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned run on the night, 3 walks, 6 Ks. But the Bees still up by 1. Sammy Natera Jr. came on for Salt Lake. He would pitch a scoreless 6th and a scoreless 7th. And so the Salt Lake Bees were still hanging on to this 1-run lead. In the top of the 8th, it was a 1-out double from Jamer Candelario. That put him in scoring position for Omar Martinez. And while Martinez was battling right up there against Otañez, Otañez whipped around through to second. Candelario was gunned down 1-6 on the pickoff. Suddenly 2 out, nobody on. Omar Martinez would walk, then Teodosio walked. Both of them would move up. So runners at second and third after a wild pitch, but Yolmer Sanchez struck out and the inning was over. In the bottom of the 8th, Brady Chobin came on to try and keep the Bees up by a 4-3 score. Nick Prado floated one down the left field line, kind of a lazy looping liner that hung up for a long time, dropped down just fair. Prado would get to second with a leadoff double. Then Dyron Blanco was hit by a pitch. Suddenly, Brady Chobin lost command as he threw 6 straight pitches out of the zone. That included the walk to Richie Martin. Then he struck out Cooper Johnson looking, a key first out of the inning. But Cam Cauley, with the bases loaded and 1 out, looking for a chance to tie or give his team the lead. 4-3 Bees, bottom of the 8th. Looping liner, right center, down for a base hit. In to score from third, Prado. Coming around third, in to score Blanco. Rounding third, coming home. And now the throw goes to third. They've got Richie Martin held up in a rundown. Throw to Martinez. He's chasing him back to third. The catcher Martinez throws. The tag is there, and he's out. As 2 runs come in to score, and the Express now lead it 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. So 5-4 would be the lead, bottom of the 8th. The Bees had their last chance in the top of the 9th. Vera, who fly deep to left center, but it was tracked down by Zavala, who made a nice running over the shoulder catch for the first out of the inning. Rada grounded out to first, and then Josh Lowe struck out. Teodo picked up the save, his second of the year, with a 1-2-3 9th inning. Chobin took the loss.
Your health journey is personal, and it changes with every stage of life. At Parish Healthcare, we're here for all of you, supporting women and families with advanced care, trusted physicians, and a commitment to treat you with compassion. From routine checkups to maternity care and everything in between, our team is by your side, helping you stay healthy, confident, and cared for through every chapter. Because when women are healthy, families and communities thrive. Visit parishhealthcare.com/women's health to schedule your appointment today.
You've got weight loss goals, but hitting them is another story. Enter Hims. Access an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen, designed to make weight loss success seamless. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss. No needles needed. Connect with a licensed provider through Hims 100% online. No insurance needed. Even better, if prescribed, you'll get access to 24/7 provider support, plus lifestyle and nutrition tips. Ready to reach your goals with weight loss on your terms? Visit hims.com. That's HIMS.com. hims.com. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
Life doesn't wait. The kids outgrow the old couch. The fridge stops working. And sometimes you just want to treat yourself to a bigger TV. That's where Aaron's comes in. With Aaron's, you can shop thousands of new products from top brands in furniture, electronics, appliances, and more. Find what you love, then pick a weekly or monthly payment plan that fits your budget. Getting approved takes less than 5 minutes, and delivery is free. No big upfront costs, no stress. Take it home, pay over time, and once you're done, it's yours. And if life throws you a curveball, you've got flexibility with options to return or upgrade along the way. There's no long-term commitment because getting what you need for your home should feel easy. Life doesn't wait. Why should you? Shop Aaron's.com or visit your local Aaron's store today. Approval not guaranteed. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back to the 10th inning show with the Salt Lake Bees fall 5-4 tonight to the Round Rock Express. The series tied up at 1 apiece. We'll preview Game 3 here in just a moment. Busy day and night in the Bigs. Most games have gone final with the exception of one. Right now the Dodgers lead the Rockies by the score of 2-0. That game is in the top of the third. Astros nipped the Rangers 4-3. Yankees blanked the Royals 7-0. The White Sox exploded to a 15-2 win against the Minnesota Twins. It was the Mets who doubled up the Reds 4-2. Red Sox blanked the Braves 8-0. Tigers shut out the Halos 4-0. Orioles pounded the Rays 11-2. Phillies shut out the Padres 3-0. Diamondbacks swept the Giants 3-2. Mariners back in first place, even though they're 28-29, but they swept the A's 9-1. Brewers were no hit into the 8th inning, but came back to beat the Cardinals 2-1. They've now won 15 of their last 19. Guardians a 3-2 victory against the Nationals. Blue Jays a win over the Marlins 2-1, and the Cubs snapped their losing streak with a 10-4 win against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cubs had dropped 10 in a row coming into today. In the Pacific Coast League, well, the Bees were hoping to get some help from other games out there. They still need that help as much as they can get it. Sacramento, who came into today 4.5 games ahead of the Bees as the River Cats are in first place. And the River Cats today, right now, are in the lead 8-5 at Reno as we speak. Las Vegas, another team ahead of Salt Lake. They're winning over Tacoma 3-1. That came in the top of the 8th inning. Albuquerque ahead of the Bees in the standings, but it's El Paso ahead of Albuquerque 6-4. That came in the top of the 8th inning. And everybody getting help from Sugar Land, who's leading over Oklahoma City 5-2. Last call for the Comets in the top of the 9th. But tonight, the Bees let a 3-run lead get away towards the late innings, and they fall 5-4 against the Round Rock Express. Coming your way tomorrow, we have a great pitching matchup. Josh Steppen, right-hander, going for the Round Rock Express against Sam Aldeguerri, who's on for the Salt Lake Bees. Of course, we'll be on the air at the same time, 5:30 for the On Deck Circle, and we'll have first pitch coming your way at 5:45. And so Game 3 of the 6-game series, it'll be a blast as always. It was a great game tonight, and obviously sad that the Salt Lake Bees came up just a bit short in this one. For Aldeguerri, and we talked about how well Carey's been pitching lately. Aldeguerri, 2 of his last 3 starts have been quality starts as he's been able to get 6 or more innings of work done. That includes that win he had against the Tacoma Rainiers back on May 22nd when he went 6 innings and gave up 3 earned. And so Aldeguerri has had his up and down moments so far this season, as right now he is 3-3 with an ERA of 6.91. So we look forward to tomorrow night's game. As always, the Bees will be back home next week, so make sure to get your tickets for all the great theme nights, whether it be family night on Tuesday, fireworks on Saturday. Kids get to run around the bases after the game on Friday and Saturday night as well. So big thanks to you for listening tonight. Huge thanks to Parker Long, doing an outstanding job back in the studio. like he does every single game. In 2 hours and 46 minutes and in front of 4,711, the Round Rock Express defeat the Salt Lake Bees 5-4. I'm Tony Parks saying good night from Dell Diamond. This has been a presentation of Salt Lake Bees baseball on the KSL Sports Zone.